Why, good evening, everyone. Good evening, one and all. What's up, 2-Hit? What's up, Satellite? Manic! Thank you so much for subscribing for 43 months. Quite a stretch of time, if I do say so. Good evening, PM Collector Boy. Good evening, Arcane. Good evening, everyone. Happy Thursday. I hope you're doing well. I am doing good. I am doing quite good. It's been a lovely day, honestly. A full day of work. Spent some time with my kids, playing stuff. Had a lovely dinner. And I'm here now to hang out with all y'all. What's up, 2-Hit? Thank you for the 40 stream streak. Mizroy, thank you so much for subscribing for 15 months. Yes, that's exactly how we want to frame this. But yes, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. It's good to be here. It's good to be appreciated, and in whatever capacity you do appreciate this entertainment offered. Boy, these next 3 days, tonight, tomorrow, and Saturday, are kind of poised to be some of the coziest streams. Because, I mean, there's a natural coziness to the Power Hour. There is a very natural level of comfort and nostalgia and just warm fuzzies when we do the Power Hours. And then tomorrow night, we're doing a community night of cozy games. So I think we're getting a hat trick of cozy stream nights. What's up, Eva? As you're saying, you had a great day and now you're ready for your absolute shit. God, I hope not. I certainly hope not. Did you ever check out Fallen Leaf for Inner Mega Man fan? I did not, actually. I did not. Unless Bubsy's request, then all bets are off. I mean, there's always a threat of garbage. This might be garbage. I don't know. Nobody's requested it yet, so technically we don't even have to play it. But if it does get requested, it could be garbage. There's Nintendo Power makes some allusions to some questionable design decisions. And I know Lester the Unlikely is lurking somewhere in the pages ahead. But we'll get to that when we get to that, certainly. But no, it's even on absolutely garbage Power Hours nights, I can't help but enjoy the experience just because it's couched in the familiar pages of Nintendo Power. Like, it's such a huge and formative part of my childhood. And it really, I never regret coming back to these and checking them out. Sturgeon's Law, man, 90% of everything's crap. Lester, it's more unlikely than you think. Oh, God. Finally, I got a proper peach rum punch tonight. Normally, I just use peach rum and orange juice. You're supposed to throw a lime. You're supposed to throw a lime wedge in there, too. I finally have lime wedges. So I threw one here. Significant improvement. Really been missing out, just not having limes around the house. Delicious. So yeah, chat. Hope it's all going well. Hope everything's going good. I don't really have anything to report. I've been nose down in work for the last couple of days. I'm actually working on a big voiceover project right now, which requires a lot of attention. It's larger in scope than what we tend to do for this particular game. But it's shaping up to be very good. I'm very excited. So look, I made it. I did not expect the DNC to bring me to tears. They've had a lot of really good speakers and a lot of really good moments, haven't they? Like they've been doing a pretty good job. Nothing tonight will top last night's Golvelius. That was a fairy tier ending. Oh man, the ending was fantastic. Yeah, I was remiss in not calling it out more last night, but I loved the ending of Golvelius. It was great. I really can't think of many other video games where the ultimate arch villain is rehabbed and goes off on an adventure with the heroes. Like that's just is the feel good ending of the decade. Invite me to efforts. Weird noises into the mic. We actually used to debate that back before we did. Back before we really had quality standards for the voiceover stuff we were doing. We're like, could we just do this ourselves? Could we just make some noises in the mic? And the answer, of course, was no. No, we can't. Efforts are in a lot of ways more challenging than just delivering lines, because I have worked with voice actors who were just top tier when it came to action efforts, and I have worked with voice actors who could not do it to save their lives, who were otherwise fantastic actors, mind you. It is an impressive skill to behold. Have mothers and mass shooting victims on stage was hard. Oh God, I can't imagine being in that situation and speaking like that. That just has to be just the wash of emotion. Don't know how they do it. Fantastic ending. I appreciate Sega for having a sense of it. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I can't stop staring at his goofy face. I can't do it. Baldur's Gate 3 is practically a festival top tier voice acting. It kind of has to be though. Like that game is pretty much carried by its plot and its characters. So you need them to be good. You need them to be really, really good. I thought the voice acting in Outer Worlds was really good. I really liked all the characters I ran into in that game. I look back on my time with that game very fondly. Yeah, I want time to play games. I want to get back to games. I want to play more Crosscode. I mentioned this last night, and I haven't had any time. I should have some time this weekend. I think Sunday, if nothing else. I'm not streaming on Sunday. I can spend that time on my family, and then when they go to bed, myself. Yeah. I mean, we might as well just talk about the schedule and get into it, chat. Like, the sooner we get to it, the more games we could theoretically, potentially get through it. Outer Worlds, aka, why did you do a space capitalism? You sure about this? You sure this is what you want to do? So anyway, your eyeballs are transfixed upon the power hours at this very moment, chat, and that's what we're doing. Tomorrow night is community night. We're doing cozy games. I think the last couple of nights I've been saying wholesome games. But no, we got cozy games. I got 10 games. I got 10 games that are going on the good old wheel, and we are going to endeavor to get to them as many as possible. And of course, the most entertaining game of the night will earn its selector a fantabulous prize. And then we'll be back to Power Hours on Saturday. I will not be streaming on Sunday. And then Monday will be the magic of a new game starting. Nice, big new game on deck. And I know we're all excited about that. Pour one out for Wooden Ocean, but always be looking to the future, chat. The future is bright indeed. You might even need shade. But for now, talk about old Inspector Gadget. Okay, I have a question actually. This is I've been pondering this while I was sitting here getting set up for the stream night. How many of y'all watched a lot of Inspector Gadget? How many of y'all grew up with Inspector Gadget? Because I didn't. I did not. And I'm curious how many people did. How ubiquitous is Inspector Gadget? You did too, Hit? Satellite, you did? Eva, you watched a fair bit. Knew of it, but wasn't a big fan. What's up, Boop Blackie? Inspector Gadget was your jam. No, the Gadget D does not extend. Well, then what's the point? What is the point? Misery watched a ton. Yeah, to the extent we watched any of those cartoons. Also hearing Don Adams and Tennessee Tuxedo. So I've got, okay. I need to explain. I imagine like Inspector Gadget was on TV at some point, and I just never really took the time to seek him out. I watched a few episodes. I watched a precious few episodes of Inspector Gadget. Good evening, Zem. Good to see you. Deep Thought. Good to see you as well. It was on Nickelodeon. Okay, so for a lot of my childhood, I didn't have Nickelodeon. In fact, I don't think I got Nickelodeon until I was in like almost middle school. We didn't have cable for the longest time. When we lived in Maryland, we didn't have cable. We just watched like broadcast TV. And then when we moved to North Carolina, out in the sticks, you couldn't get broadcast TV anymore without like a whole fucking array on your roof. So we did eventually get cable. And I guess by then I might have aged out of Gadget or something. But the few episodes of Inspector Gadget I watched frustrated me. I found it very frustrating. What song is this from? Dragon Quest. This is absolutely Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest 6 specifically. Sounds very familiar, doesn't it? I mean, you would have heard this in Dragon Quest Builders. Absolutely. Watched a tiny bit of Inspector Gadget, didn't know Saban. Another thing I didn't know at the time I watched Galaxy High was an anime. Watched Gadget in my 20s since I was always intrigued as a kid. Never got to see more than the banger intro. The intro was a banger. Definitely. Aired from 83 to 85, so his IP was super dead by the time this game came. I mean, that might have something to do with it too. But anyway, good evening, Sacrificial Toast. Good to see you. Inspector Gadget frustrated me because if I'm not mistaken, every episode was basically Dr. Claw and his mad agents are hatching some evil scheme. Penny and Brain are aware of this, and they're endeavoring to stop it. And Inspector Gadget himself is so fucking stupid that he doesn't know what's going on, and he thinks Penny and Brain are bad guys, and is always chasing after them. And then by the end of the episode, there's some kind of like confluence of events that leads to Inspector Gadget bagging the mad agents. That is the formula. Okay, yeah. As a kid, I had no appreciation for that. I'm sure as an adult I would. I'm sure as an adult I would be okay with that. But it was frustrating to me because I love the concept. I love the Okay, another question I had. Is he a cyborg? Like, does he have a backstory? Is he basically like kid-friendly RoboCop or something? Was he like blown up in a car bomb or something and they rebuilt him better, faster, and stronger or something? Because all of his shit is mechanical. Like, he's got extendo legs and a fucking helicopter propeller coming out of his head, like just right here in the key art. Don't think it's ever elaborated on, but he is a cyborg. Okay. He just is. All right. The one way to make Gadget competent was to put Penny in danger and make him aware of it, so good work doing that in this game, Dr. Claw. What's up, Justin Brett? Good to see you. Basically a kind of Clouseau kind of character. Yeah. Yeah, I get that now. I get that as an adult. But yeah, my frustration as a kid is you've got this dude with all this, like... he was the $6.50 man. That's great. Basically an animated Get Smart. The live action movie has the live action... Was that Matthew Broderick? I never saw the live action movie, but was that Matthew Broderick in that? Okay, cool. Alright, I'm not totally delusional, at least about that. This is very frustrating. Please just make Gadget more of a lovable uncle. You don't know how much I thought about to improve the series. I still plan to make a fan comment. You should do that. I will read it. I'll be your first subscriber, Arcane. But yeah, it frustrated me they had all these cool-ass tools and gadgets and shit, and just never used any of it correctly. And I guess that was the joke. I guess that was the thing. You basically had, like, Super Cop, but he was a bumbling idiot and couldn't use any of his stuff for any good. So, again, I can appreciate that now, but not so much as a kid. Best and failed upwards. Tried his best and failed upwards. Supposedly the DirecTV sequel live-action movie is better than the first one. Oh, I didn't know there was a direct-to-TV sequel. Interesting. What's up, Shadows? Good to see you. Fun Inspector Gadget fact. The show actually reused a ton of assets from a canceled Lupin the Third spin-off called Lupin the Eighth? Oh, shit. I didn't know that. That's kind of cool. In one aspect, the show is very realistic. A bumbling white man takes credit for the hard work of a woman. He's very much in the Clouseau, Zenigata School of Police. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Live-action Doom sequel, too. This direct-to-DVD. Please tell me it was based on the novels. Please tell me it was based on the novels. Hard to disagree, but the actor was a better Gadget? Okay. I wish it was! Maxwell Smart was also kind of bugly. Yes, that is also true. Definitely true. Zenigata is more like the guy who get blown up by the exploding messages. The Chief, yeah. Did the Chief have a name? I think he was just the Chief. I just remember him being in every trash can in existence. And just could not avoid getting blown up by their stupid exploding paper. Unfortunately, never got to experience Sherlock Holmes, though. Neither did I, no. Meanwhile, Lupin is out trying to steal something Dr. Claw is using for his evil plan. He runs into Brain. 1982, TMS and Deke Entertainment were working on a spin-off of Lupin called Lupin the Eighth. It's canceled due to rights issues with the estate of the original Arsène Lupin writer, and instead of abandoning what they made for it, they retooled what they had in Inspector Gadget. Oh, that's so cool! That's actually really neat. I never would have expected that. How funny. You know, it's really funny to consider then that Inspector Gadget is only like a few steps removed from like Studio Ghibli. I watched a YouTube video by a person who stand the hell out of it. Oh god, I remember Dr. Claw's voice was crazy. It was super like, I'll get you, Lupin, next time. I wonder if they got to do that. I don't think Zenigata is a bungler unless Lupin is involved. Unfortunately, all he does now is obsessively pursue him, you know. Funny consequences is several of the background characters look fucking spot on, like Jigen. And Gundam, since it's also a Sunrise Animation production season 2. Oh. Maurice LaMarche. Of course. Should have known. Oh, I should have known. I wonder where you can watch Inspector Gadget now. Gotta be streaming somewhere. That's a nice thing about old media like this. It's either streaming somewhere or it's just up on YouTube. Like, if the rights holders just don't give a shit about it, it's up on YouTube somewhere. Yo, I watched Space Dandy. Have I watched Space Dandy? can't remember. Something weird is they actually gave Dr. Claw a face in later iterations of the show, a movie which was never shown in the original show. I actually don't like that. Some things in fiction are best unseen, unknown. I agree with that. Yeah, wasn't in the Matthew Broderick live action movie, wasn't he just like wasn't he on the poster? I forget what actor they got for him, but I always thought that was like that. Even not being a big Inspector Gadget fan, like that threw. I remember that throwing me for a loop. Seeing the poster for Inspector Gadget, and being like, "Who's that other guy? Who's the dude with the claw?" Oh, Frank Welker was probably busy that day. Another fact I learned: the company that made the Adventures of Little Koala was the company that a certain Miyazaki took over, fired everyone, and formed Studio Ghibli. Oh God. Dr. Claw's face first appeared in a game and a toy. Toy came with the face covered with black paper. Boy, Shiki Levy and Hayden Savan. Well, enough about the TV show, chat. Let's actually talk about the game. Let's see what the game entails. I actually kind of remember this feature because they made it look pretty cool. It's from Hudson Soft. Hudson Soft brings the bungling inspector of syndicated television fame to Super NES in a 6-stage, that's not very many, mostly side-scrolling action game. What's not side-scrolling? Pits Gadget against the agents of MAD. The brain power behind the bad guys is none other than the insidious Dr. Did Inspector Gadget have any villains besides Dr. Claw, or was it only Dr. Claw? It was only Dr. Claw, wasn't it? They put a sticker in front of the face on the box too and was like, buy this to see the true identity of Dr. Claw. That's ridiculous. I mean, he's not like, what? Unless it's like the chief, they're like, you're not gonna recognize him, right? Like, it's not like Dr. Claw is anybody that anyone is gonna recognize. It's not an existing character. It's just, he's got a face, right? So, it reminds me of that scene from Justice League Unlimited where the Flash and Lex Luthor get their minds switched, and Lex Luthor's like, wait a minute, I can find out the secret identity of the Flash, and he takes his mask off and looks in a mirror and is like, I have no idea who this is. I love that. He looks like Colonel Sanders. I forget if there were any other notable designs that were subordinates to Dr. Claw. Okay. New headcanon, the chief is Dr. Claw. I mean, if you want to make a twist out of it, you've only got so many existing Inspector Gadget characters. Dr. Claw is just an angry manager and never went after Gadget himself. Just kind of gross and underwhelming, but I saw someone make a custom realistic version that looks like the coolest Metal Gear Solid villain who never existed. Okay, the inspector can take only... Okay, this is what concerned me. The inspector can take only 2 hits before floating off to the investigative unit in the sky, so it's a challenging play. If Nintendo Power is straight up going to tell you in their first paragraph in their review feature that it is a challenging game, it's gonna kick your dick up into your throat. Inspector Gadget isn't suave, he's not sophisticated, and his long-suffering chief will attest to the fact that things find a way of going awry when Gadget's around. I think Nintendo Power is actually where I learned the word awry. But he does manage to solve his share of cases in his own bungling fashion, and when his niece is kidnapped by Dr. Claw, there's no stopping the inspector. He'll find a way to rescue Penny and her dog, and he'll even get with Claw. He'll get even with Claw and his mad agents, and no telling what he has in up his sleeve or under his hat. Cops, Central Organization of Police Specialists. That was a crime-fighting cartoon? I don't think I ever watched that. Wish Inspector Gadget got a point-and-click adventure. Oh my god, yeah, that would have been genius. Holy shit, that would have been cool. You could have had an entire, like, sub-gadget menu, and you could have done upgrades. Inspector Gadget also would have made a really good Metroidvania. Because the upgrade system is right there. In fact, I think it's this game that shows you Dr. Claw's face as he escapes in the end. Oh, really? Excuse me, Inspector Gadget fucks Nintendo Power. There was a RoboCop cartoon. I still can't believe that. I actually have an issue of the RoboCop comic book somewhere here. I hate how much sense that makes. Alright, Gadget's investigative tools. Half man, half madcap machine. Inspector Gadget is one investigator who really uses his head. He has all kinds of special tools, keeps hidden under his hat. Okay, so you can scroll through different items using the L and R buttons, and then you use A or B to use them. Most of the tools he finds along the way, he starts out equipped with a couple. The play control is generally good, switching tools is a bit awkward. Remember the RoboCop cartoon? I think the toys were out before they even got the cartoon out. Had RoboCop toys? Oh, I bet there were, yeah. There were 2 RoboCop cartoons. Confused when I stumbled upon the other one. Cartoon games, I remember there being a really fun Jimmy Neutron GameCube game. The whole gimmick is you mix and match all the collectibles to invent Gadget. There's a very little like haircutting machine. There's a giant pompadour. Oh no, see that's cool. Yeah, that's really cool. What a neat concept. Yeah, I feel like not a lot has been done with the whole like inventing side of like popular media and concepts. I mean, it's a tough thing to do, right? I sort of feel like there's the DNA of something for that in something like Scribblenaught, you know? Stuff that's designed to let players kind of like puzzle out their own solutions by like literally creating their own system. It makes my most sense as an animated Starship Troopers. Or an Aliens TV. I think the Aliens TV show was canceled, wasn't it? I think it was planned. When I was a kid, I had one of the Aliens action figures that had a little like mini comic book with it that I think it was supposed to lead into the TV show, and it just never happened. Because, I mean, fucking think about that for a second. Went really far out of the way to make a ton of unique mix and match possibilities. Supposed to be 13 episodes of RoboCop. People make it decide to actually do a standalone pilot for a pet project. Pet project was Pride of the X-Men. Oh wow. Even an adaptation of one of the TV specials. Literally an interactive Jimmy Neutron episode and stuff. Cool, very cool. Every figure from that line came with a different mini comic. And they had to come up with like ways that like all of the Marines they brought back didn't actually die, so some of them had like cybernetic limbs for the ones that got like ripped off or melted off or something. Had the Queen facehugger and I think Atax, the guy who came with the alien exosuit. Oh, interesting. I had the, I want to say Scorpion alien. Yeah, for that line, they started coming up with more specific alien types. I think there was a Scorpion alien and like a Bull alien. Pride of the X-Men was so bad. Small wonder something great came out of it. Pride didn't set the world on fire. They wanted to make the 90s X-Men cartoon, so it was a silver lining. Oh yeah, good point. Oh shit, you just remembered you had the Bull alien? Actually, now that I think about it, I might have had... No, I think I had... No! I had the Scorpion alien. The Scorpion alien was the one that exploded. It had a button on its back, and its chest would explode, and its head would come off. Toys for children, everybody. I had that one, and I had the Queen alien, because I remember she was fucking big, and she had like a little, squeezy part on the back of her skull that would make her inner mouth like shoot out. Yeah, I had those two. I didn't have any of the humans, because who gives a shit? The aliens were the cool part. Today I learned the first Popeye cartoon was actually a backdoor pilot from a Betty Boop short. Oh, cool. She was an expensive one. Yeah, well, I was an only child. If I wanted the Queen alien, I was getting the Queen alien. Inner mouth means you get to eat your food twice. You know, you bring up an interesting point, man. How did the xenomorphs digest things that they ate? Like, did it have to go down the inner mouth? Or did it have to avoid the inner mouth? I guess it had to go down the inner mouth. Because otherwise, if it didn't, like, where would stuff that goes in the inner mouth go? It would have to, like, vomit it back up. Or something. Maybe the outer mouth is for Big Chomp and the inner mouth is for Little Chomp. But it's all got to be digested, right? It's got to have an esophagus. Do they even need nutrients? Now that I don't know. That I do not know. I read some of the Dark Horse Aliens comics that got a bit more, kind of expanded the culture of the aliens in interesting ways. But if they ever outlined how exactly like alien health and fitness and nutrition went, I don't know. Lots of fish have 2 sets of jaws. It's fine. What's up, Nemrin? Yeah, we're all hearing it in our head right now. I have the interactive animated VHS tapes for Captain Power that was made just for the toy. No, I didn't even know about that. I mean, aliens have to get nutrients somehow. They don't necessarily have to eat to get it, but are the Dark Horse comics even canon? I would be shocked if they were, frankly. Also, at this point, does it really matter? I mean, it's not like the Alien franchise is the most sacrosanct thing in the world, anyway. I mean, there are probably like Dark Horse Alien comics out there that are better than like fucking Alien Resurrection or something. They were gross as hell. Oh, some of them were absolutely vile. They left quite a mark on me as an impressionable child. Is it canon? Inner mouth is basically spring-loaded, is more for punching in skulls than anything else. Oh yeah, I saw that new Heroes of Might and Magic game announced. But yeah, no reason to be optimistic about that. But they just kind of matter because there are some insanely icky things that happen. Super icky. But I mean, there's some icky stuff that happens in the movies too. Apparently the new one, Alien Romulus, has like a really gross scene in it. Like really gross. So many weird comic adaptations out there. Curious what the weirdest y'all have read is. There is a Superman versus Aliens comic. That was definitely up there. I think somewhere in that story is something about like the xenomorphs having a hand in the destruction of Krypton. Like, if I remember correctly, the plot is Superman goes off. Yeah, Star Trek. It's hard to top Star Trek versus X-Men. Yeah. I mean, we all know that crossover literally only exists for the panel where somebody asks for Dr. McCoy and Bones and Beast both go yes. Like, literally the only reason that exists. Somebody had that idea and built an entire crossover around it. We know that's the case. But yeah, the Superman one, I think he goes off looking for like an old Kryptonian vessel, and it was taken, it was invaded by xenomorphs, and somehow, don't ask me to explain this, somehow Superman gets face hugged. But because he's Superman, he flies out to like the sun to give himself extra strength, and it gives him the power to, I'm not making this up, literally hork up the alien gestating inside of him. And then I think he spends the rest of the comic fighting like xenomorphs with like Kryptonian powers. Yeah, Kane should have just done that, clearly. Where's that Red is of course related to Archie Sonic. Sonic casting Isekai into Image Comics verse and meeting Spawn. The wraparound story is this Mulder and Scully from X-Files investigating the existence of Moby and Sonic. You know, if the X-Files had stuck around, maybe that could have been our Sonic the Hedgehog film. Because, I mean, they made up some, like some human characters for that. Maybe the first live-action Sonic film could have been Sonic meets Mulder and Scully. I would have gone and seen that shit. But yeah. There were a lot of crazy Batman ones, too. There was, like, Batman... I think there was Batman versus the Predator. There was Batman versus... RoboCop, and then there was Batman versus Terminator versus RoboCop, like all three of them. There's some really fucked up like vampire Batman comics, which I don't know if that's really a crossover. Well, no, because the first one's basically a crossover. Yeah, Batman meets Dracula. Yes, that. Oh god, those are so fucked. Those are super gross. I love the artist for it, but they are super gross. Terminator versus RoboCop was actually good, though. I can see that working. Freddy versus Jason versus Ash. Yeah, that sounds good. Would have watched that, though. I did love the Sonic movies. Anyway, let's talk about Inspector Gadget. Because we were like halfway through the mechanics of this. Okay, I'm just skimming this. Before Gadget picks up any of his specialty tools, he can only jump using the B button, punch using the Y button, and throw plungers using the A button. All your other gadgets you have to collect, I suppose. You'll find bombs, arrows, anvils, lanterns, motorized helicopter blades, and even mini inspectors you can send ahead to kick approaching enemies in their shins. Some interesting notes about an ice stage that I guess is later in the game. Early Archie Sonic did an Ally McBeal spoof. I'm not sure what they were going with that. Okay, so some interesting stages and bosses here. You start in the Haunted Castle. It's a haunted English castle, so... And then I remember always thinking this is neat. The first boss in the game is like a rotating room where you have to beat up the chandelier for some reason. Side villains of Sonic, Adventure 2, or Evil Feds heavily implied to be trying to cover up the existence of shadows so they could actually do an X-Files conspiracy angle with Sonic 3. Beginning to honestly think you were stalling until someone requested this. No, I just got really distracted because that was a really fun conversation. And we talked about how Inspector Gadget stars Lupin 3 spinoff. Yes, we have, actually. That fun fact was dropped rather early in the stream. But it is fascinating stuff. It's very interesting. Issue of Archie Sonic where Sonic gets stuck in a world where his friends are all kaiju. And Tails is a parody of Devilman. Stage 2 is a clock tower in the Swiss Alps or something? That's kind of weird. And apparently Dr. Claw flies around with a giant guillotine attached to his chair. Like you do. Then you go to the Amazon, fight monkeys and fish, and more Dr. Claw, and then ancient Incan ruins with some moving platforms and stuff. Oh, okay, and then this is the fold-out feature. Okay, this has actual maps of the stages, for the most part. See that there. Swiss Alps known for the clock towers? Yeah, I know. Headcanons Inspector Gadget's trench coat is one big hammer space. That would make a lot of sense. That would make a lot of sense. And then we got a poster for Super Metroid. And then stage 5 is the Egyptian pyramid where Dr. Claw pilots a King Tut head. And then stage 6 is Dr. Claw's hideout and you fight his airship or something? That's kind of interesting. So if we're not doing Super Metroid, I skipped past that specifically so that we wouldn't do that. Super Metroid is coming up. We played it not so long ago, we will play it again, but not tonight. Nice try. You get to choose another IP for Inspector Gadget crossover. I'm going with Terminator played for laughs. That's a good question. Did anyone request this game yet? Nope. Good evening, Chaos. Good to see you. Inspector Gadget, My Little Pony. My Little Pony. What about Inspector Gadget and Spawn? What about Inspector Gadget trying to make sense of all the demonic shit going on in Spawn? You didn't mean to ask a question? Too bad you did. Inspector Gadget and Chuds. Inspector Gadget and the Children of the Corn. Ever came with that manga Stanley collaborated on called Ultimo? I have no idea. I do not actually know. Inspector Gadget and James Bond. You know what? At that period, they probably would have done Inspector Gadget and James Bond Jr. Because they were probably about even in the IP space at that time. All right, I hope they got the song right. I hope they got the song rights. Inspector Gadget and James Bond. I don't know what this music is. I was trying to place it, but yeah, it's definitely not the theme song. Denied. What's up, Bob? How you doing, buddy? Immediately inspires negative confidence. Good evening, Peach. Good to see you. Oh no, I don't want any spoilers. I don't want any spoilers. We're doing this ourselves. Inspector Gadget and James Bond is just Johnny English. Help! Oh God, Dr. Claw's employing pedophiles. Brain, Dr. Claw's after me. Tell Chief Quimby. His name was Quimby. Help Uncle Gadget with his missions. Hurry, Brain. I don't know how much longer I can run. Well, not long, actually. Saitama. How dare you? How fucking dare you? A little grumpy we didn't get Inspector Gadget theme 16-bit. We all are, dude. That is a big disappointment. Here's your assignment, Gadget. Where the fuck is he? Oh, nice. He's in the stove vent. Your niece Penny abducted by Dr. Claw. Reports of her being held in a haunted English castle. Must rescue Penny from Dr. Claw. This message will self-destruct. Right, Chief. I'm on my way. Every time. Every time. Gadget had a cool fucking car, though. Gadget seriously had one of the sweetest rides of any cartoon. Alright, what do we got? Oh, God. Okay. 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 Oh, interesting. Okay. So I guess we're getting lessons on how this shit works. Maybe. That didn't work out. There we go. Okay. Cool. Okay, and these are helicopter. What is he fucking doing? He's like swimming. Go Gadget dick punch. Do you know there's a weird connection to Super Mario Show? Super Mario Show and Inspector Gadget? What's the dealio there? That I am thoroughly unaware of. Gadget, what the fuck are you doing? Okay, we want to do that. Hat! What? Hat. Hat. Are hats like coins in this game? Another case of great visuals, ass controls. He straight up moves way too fast when he's in propeller mode. Like he fucking zooms around. Okay. You like the concept of using plunger arrows for controlling? Feels like your momentum is inconsistent as hell. Gadget? What the fuck? Okay, these bombs are super hard to use. Okay, there we go. How does your mana goes down when you use gadgets? Oh, is that what's going? Oh, so like, okay, interesting. Gadget Mobile must also be incompetent. Ow. Oh god, if you attack while jumping, he attacks with his whole head. I can't believe that worked. Holy fuck. Remember when they revealed Claw's face view as a toy? Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. Apparently, they also reveal his face in this game. Like, if you beat this game, you get to see what Dr. Claw looks like. Favorite Brawler is an essay, one really funny onomatopoeia like Bagoom. Oh, that's Sonic Blast Man. End Eve Alert, chat! Hold on to your asses. Cool. Why did I do that? Scrolling this looks janky. It's a little, yeah, it's a little awkward. Just how cashier scanned the eyes of a rude customer with a barcode reader. The look on his face was priceless. Oh, that's awful. Why did... Oh my. Who made this? Hudson. This is a Hudson joint. Stupid sexy investigator. Oh my god! Well, how was I supposed to know that was gonna fucking happen? I'm gonna go this way. The ass on that hinge. I will say these bonus areas are extremely generous, though I don't know why I'm collecting little brain icons. Oh, it's ghouls and it's Ghosts and Ghouls rules. So you take one hit, your clothes come off. You take another hit, you die the little death. Guys, I'm surprised Capcom didn't get it. So many licensed games came from them at the time. Kids property specifically. I kind of have to think there might not have been much demand, much competition for this one. Because as somebody mentioned, Gadget was a series in the 80s. This came out in 1994. So it was a bit past its prime. Bet you wish you could collect brain icons in real life. Look at that! Look at that! It's Dr. Claw's arm just comes out of the back of the chair. He's been dieting. Oh shit, okay, so every time you, ow. Why am I naked again? Stop it! I don't want to deal with you. Wow, even the chandelier says ow. Oh, that was easy. There's that beats from Castlevania 4, doesn't it? Rotating room and all. Looks like their shirts say QA. God, I wish his chair would turn to the side again. Dr. Claw's like two-dimensional. Composer for this went on to do the music from the Panzer Dragoon games.
I like it.
Be careful, mad agents are everywhere. Here. He's in the teapot. Penny being held in a Swiss clock tower. Rescue Penny from Dr. Claw. This message will self-destruct. Better stuff it in my teapot. Or just throw it on your fucking face. That was a running gag on the show. It's even in the opening. The fake arm attached to the chair. Oh, okay. Do you think Dr. Claw is... I didn't get my... He didn't get his fucking... But in the cutscene he had... Dude! What the hell, man? Also, is this what Switzerland looks like? I've never been, but I have questions. This dumb motherfucker didn't put his coat back on to travel to Switzerland. Hypothermia sim. Ow, ow. Well, guess I'm dead. His niece's life was on the line. There was no, but he had it on in the cutscene. My man literally took it off to travel to Switzerland. Fortress of Solitude is just outside Bern. Slaps cuffs onto Dr. Claw's wrist, and the chair turns around and reveals the fake attachment. Oh, I remember that now! Why am I sparkling? Jesus, oh my god, holy fuck. Some seriously aggro power-ups. It is Switzerland being nude is just being prepared. Hey, goodbye. I think that snowman just offed himself. Ah. Whoa! Fuck. Oh, so this is one of them, their no checkpoint games, is it? Ghosts and Goblins damage system with no checkpoints, Chad. This game seems downright evil. And it's like, it's not even trying to be evil. It just is. Checkpoints for the weak. It's only a choice in 1994. What does collecting multiple power-up icons do? I don't know. I don't really get how the power-up system works in this. I do like his cute little kicky feet when he's trying to get up. That guy's helicopter says damn. Oh no, it says mad. Dude, they just straight mirrored it. Well, guess I'm dead. Damn. Oh, fuck. Alright, we're gonna try these red helicopter blades because I think they're like... I think they will help us... Yeah. So red helicopter blades fly off and hit your enemies. Yeah, oh wow, they home in. They home in pretty hard. Everything says out. Everything. I like how he does the who me gesture when he dies. Like, yeah, it's not my fault. You're the idiot who got us into this mess. Oh no! Oh no, okay. Oh shit. Well, guess I'm dead. Oh yeah, the plunger gun. I already forgot that was the thing. Whoa, there's invisible blocks in this. Bro, upgrade your shit. Oh! I think I got hit by a bolt or something? A screw? Some fucking shit. Team has Kaizo blocks. I do like this mechanic. I do think this is cool. It also doesn't... It doesn't cost you anything to use, either. So that's nice. Oh, that's a different kind. That's the plunger arrow. No! Shit! Okay, I think I'm good on this one. I don't feel like playing a platform with no checkpoints. Not at this point in my life. Guess I'll die. Inspector Gadget. Alright. Well, I'm glad we tried it. I'm glad we tried it. It's not an all-timer either way, but it was interesting. Peer-to-peer days, I downloaded multiple songs titled Inspector Gadget remixes, and they were actually in the Hall of the Mountain King, which really peeved me. I hope you don't have a negative association with Hall of the Mountain King now because of that. Alright, anyway time, it's chat. I remember having the Zelda remix and explicitly listed as being by System of a Down for some reason. Let's talk about spurts. Is that Inspector Gadget versus... No, it's... The way they do these scans, they scan the game feature foldout horizontally, but then on the reverse is a poster. They scan that vertically. So this month, the Inspector Gadget coverage was the foldout feature, and then on the back was a Super Metroid poster, which I have somewhere. Most of the posters I never took out of the magazine. I might actually do that at some point if I ever want to replace any of the stuff up on the wall behind me. It just made me angry that people could confuse them because I have a few similar notes. All right, the sports scene for February 1994. So this is their thing now. From now on, I mean, Nintendo Power started doing this a couple months ago, but now it's a permanent thing. Every month, Nintendo Power is going to have a sports feature specifically to round up the new Super NES sports games that are coming out. I don't remember if they do Game Boy features in it or not. But these are pretty expensive features, and as a kid, I never read them. Ever. This is the right time to admit that my brain is trying to think of the Inspector Gadget theme is coming up with Misty. No, because Inspector Gadget is like twice as old as you are. But da-na-na-na-na, Inspector Gadget, da-na-na-na-na, da-na-na-na, Inspector Gadget, da-na-na-na-na-na-na. And if that doesn't trigger anything in your brain, then we can't be friends. I wasn't even an Inspector Gadget fan, but like I've got that tucked away. Kind of bummed there was never a super double dribble. Oh yeah, I can see that. Go, Gadget, go! Dun, 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 dun. I mean, it was a banger of an opening song, truly. Again, I'm not an Inspector Gadget fan, and that song is firmly ensconced in my psyche for all time. It's good. It's so good. I hate that my brain still knows exactly what the Inspector Gadget theme song sounds like, but I can't remember what I ate for dinner yesterday. Oh my god. Oh my god. Truly first world problems. I only know 25 out of the 26 letters of the alphabet. I don't know why. Okay, what do we... Sports talk! The games are almost here. Don't we Winter Olympics? Cool titles, freezing action or Super NES. Olympics feature great athletes and stuff. Okay, we're not big sports folks around here, right? Right? We're not... So I'm just gonna kind of skim this. I don't feel the need to really belabor the sports scene every month. We'll just go over the games that they actually feature in here. So this first article here is about a Super NES game called Winter Extreme. Winter Extreme skiing and snowboarding for Electro Brain. Uses Mode 7 graphic effects. You see everything except steam of your own breath. Whether into skiing, snowboarding, slalom, or downhill, Winter Extreme puts down world-class slopes, the most realistic and fun-packed winter game ever. I'll be honest with you, I didn't even know there was a snowboarding game on the Super Nintendo. I had no idea. Yet someone always requests the Sports Bowl. all right. To be fair, to be fair, Ms. Roy was wronged earlier, and this is legitimate revenge taking. This screenshot here of this person doing the slalom does actually make me curious, because if they intelligently mixed the Mode 7 graphics with like a good parallaxing background, this might actually look really good. Maybe like Baja Off-Road, you know? So yeah, worth a try, I think. No ball, so I can't fairly call it sports ball. Yeah. No balls here, folks. Just straight snowboarding. Sports games are usually more fun than watching sports anyway. Also true. Also very true. Use the world intelligently, though. I did. I'm not actually seeing this one. Did it release as Extreme Winter? No. You're easy against these four out there, and I'm forcing you to play NBA Hang Time and Showtime. I might need y'all's help tracking this one down, because I'm not seeing it in the index. The only winter game I have is Winter Olympic Games, Lillehammer 94. Tommy Mose? There it is! Oh, dude, thank you so much. Thank you. This sounds like recorder music. This is from Bahamut Lagoon. It's apparently a desert theme. We'll come back to that in a minute. Oh, thank you for that, Shadows. Whoa. Oh my god. Oh, sweet Jesus, don't tell me this is what the game is actually like. I will die. Winter Extreme Skiing and Snowboarding endorsed by Val de something or other. So this is what it looks like, apparently. Yeah, this is an absolute nightmare. Alright, we're gonna play this for approximately 20 seconds. It's so white. It is so white. The green represents how I'll be feeling? Okay. Now, what confuses, like, how are you supposed to know? There seems to be a degree of auto steering too. This guy is just tricking out. Oh no, yellow. Yeah, it's too. I feel like this game is a victim of the old design concept of trying to make things look realistic at any cost. Like, yeah, okay. It's really white on snowy mountains. That is true. That is actually the case. But translating that to a video game isn't necessarily the smartest thing in the world because you can't see what the fuck you're doing. Beyond that, this thing is like hooking back and forth violently. Yeah, he doesn't use your game as trash. Okay, that's pretty funny. Okay, that's enough. I can't do this to myself. I can't do it to y'all. That is, man. They had the right idea, but the execution is just ruinous. So white, it called the cops on burning. If there wasn't a background, I think Mode 7 speed was impressive. Charge Mizra another 1,000 points for that. Oh god, if I could. Oh god, if I could. No, it was unplayable. It moves too fast. It is completely white, so it's incredibly hard to see what's going on. Yeah. I appreciate the whole screen isn't blindingly white. I just wish it did a more natural blue shadow. Yeah. They could have improved that. Like, that was salvageable. Game so white I could mistaken for Fred Durst in Dark Alley. Yeah, okay, here's what it needed. It needed more shading. It needed to be pulled, the camera needed to be pulled back, and the left-right motion needed to be scaled back a lot. Yeah. I feel like it was 90% of the way to an honestly amazing game. But man, devil's in the details. And it needed the Yeti, yeah. Devil is really in the details with games like that. Like, just a little too fast, a little too white. How many people do we know we can say that about? No, there's no reason to resist, Shadows. There's no reason to resist. All right, spurts. More spurts. We're in the Olympic spirit, chat. You might be, I'm not. It's impressive that a game that old can make me that nauseated that quickly, though, yeah. I almost feel bad for requesting that. I remembered I am incapable of remorse. That's the spirit. That is the true spirit of the Power Hours. No quarter will be asked and none will be given. Riddick is a real name. Riddick Bowe was a boxer. He was a very famous boxer. All right. So I guess this has to be about the Winter Olympic Lillehammer game, because I mean it name drops it right there. Up to 4 players can compete in alternating turns in individual events of the full Olympic schedule. Events include downhill slalom, giant slalom, super G, freestyle, skiing, biathlon, ski jumping, speed skating, bobsled, and luge. Unfortunately, no break dancing in this one, chat. I mean, that's a summer sport anyway. US gold equals UK shit. Viewing the skiing events is from in front of the athlete looking down the course. Speeds are far slower than in the realistic winter extreme, but the challenge is still there. Oh. So maybe this game is actually playable. The luge looks fun. The luge does look fun, yeah. Riddick Bowe game, looking at the UI, plays on some of the gameplay is in a tiny boxing ring minimap and the main screen is useless. It shouldn't be. The Chronicles of it. Yeah, there's bobsled, biathlon stuff. Okay. Riddick Bowe bounces back. Riddick Bowe may have a tough climb ahead to regain his world heavyweight title. A super nice boxing game for Extreme already looks like a champ. Scores big points with the quickness and mobility of the fighters. A feature that allows you to use aggressive tactics to dance out of trouble. I wonder if it's gonna let me just, like, punch my opponent 600 times uncontested, like that one game. One sport I really like were the clap skates. US Gold was a British company. I learned to hate that logo. Oh, what else do they make? Big Stream, who wants to get better as these guys? Terrible games. They did a lot of microcomputer ports. Play the Olympics game and play as the Jamaicans, the bobsled. See if curling is in there. No, I think it's just I think it's just those. Downhill, slalom, giant slalom, super G, freestyle skiing, biathlon, ski jumping, speed skating, bobsled, and luge. That's an even 10 events. So yeah, no curling, I'm afraid. And if it ain't got curling, I'm not interested, frankly. In naming a British company U.S. goal, like when Americans pretend to be Canadian, so people like them more. How power are these hours? We played 2 games so far and had significant complaints about both. Inspector Gadget was colorful, but there are no checkpoints and levels, and you can only take 2 hits, so that sucked. And then we played Winter Extreme Snowboarding, and that game made us all vomit. So now we're gonna play a boxing game, which can really go either way. I played a lot of frustrating, uninteresting boxing games, and I played a boxing game that let me punch a man so many times I was just crying, laughing the entire time. Riddick Bowe boxing, here we go. A Malibu interactive production. That looks like the McDonald's logo. Remember I had a game time for the Nagano Winter Olympics for '98? I didn't know they're still making SNES games that late. Okay. On the one hand, this is really solid pixel art. On the other hand, come on. Gizgo was named that because they were founded to license American games like the LucasArts library fell through and they're like, well, shit with the name. Ah, okay. That magazine cover in the back said, Bowe the next Ali. Somehow I don't think he was. Choose character to continue. We got Monty Williams. We can retire somebody. We got John Sheriff. Hans Doberman. And Chan. I'll take Hans Doberman, thank you. Select your opponent. James Bond 2 is US Gold publisher for Sega Systems. Alright, I guess we're gonna fight Jamie Thorley, who's basically the same guy, just mirrored and not as redheaded. Yep. It's our evil twin. Fight! Fight! No, chat, I am not here for tactics. I'm here to punch dudes. That's all I want to do. I'm not here for wins. I'm here for violence. Sprite works really quite good in this. A second portrait for your pecs. I didn't even notice that. What? Jesus, dude. Oh my. Oh, this is actually really cool, chat. L and R rotate around your opponent. And look at the way it rotates the ring. Look at that. That's really neat. That is legit one of the coolest things I've seen in one of these games. So that's why that little map is up there at the top. Because it's actually, it actually plays in 3D. Will this guy stop punching me in the dick? Like, I thought you weren't allowed to punch below the belt in boxing. This guy is clearly going right for the junk. Ding ding. Yeah, this is surprisingly good for the SNES. Let's see. All right, I threw more punches. He landed more punches, but we both have the same score. Rules you're allowed to until it gets to half-mast.
Fight. You fight like a loser.
You fight like a loser? It seems like if you're not punching, you might auto-block. But only if you're high, yeah. Oh, it also seems like you can maybe only block one side at a time. Oh no, he's alternating now. Saw me going for the dick. I'm gonna say 12 3-minute rounds per match seems like a bit much if it's this hard to KO. I mean, it's just like real boxing. Probably designed to go to points decisions like most actual boxing. Like, it feels pretty technical. All 4 of the face buttons are different punches. Like, X and Y are straight jabs, and then A and B are hooks. And then depending on your... And then depending on how you've got the D-pad held... Wow, this guy's laying into me. He's tired of my bullshit. You can also throw, like, uppercuts and stuff. I don't think the crowd likes me very much. Interesting for sure. Cartoon, but well done sprites in a techno boxing game with cool gimmick. This seems solid, yeah. This seems very solid. So I threw almost twice as many punches as this guy. I did land more. I'm actually beating him on points, if you can believe it.
Fight.
You've only just realized. Oh no, are we a heel? We're the Logan Paul of our generation. Nobody should be the Logan Paul of their generation. Oh god, oh god. If we keep going the way we're going, we'll win on points. I'm a little worried about this guy knocking us out, though. Because he does tend to get on a tear. I wonder if it feels like it's actually kind of learning. Like, he totally blocked that 1-2 combo. This is actually pretty impressive and pretty fun. How do you get a star? Gradually concussing into a victory. I mean, just like real boxing.
I like it.
Pretty cool. Oh, I am wearing his face line down. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Maybe that's what determines a knockout. Maybe, yeah, because when he does body blows, my my ab portrait shakes. Yeah, I've definitely done a lot more work on his face. Hey, fuck you. That was after the bell. What happens when Wolverine gets a clone and they get into a boxing match? Yeah, I'm beating him on points. I am beating him on points. Just throwing and landing a lot more. But it's a very slow game. God, what was that boxing game where I just like punched through that one guy? Like he just wouldn't block. He stayed tired too, so you're wearing him down. The crowd gets excited whenever he fights back. I think they're getting tired of just watching me paste him. Paid to take a nap. Composer for this worked on a lot of games. Audio lead for all the Lego games. Worked on the Wing Commander series, one of the sim games. Cool. I mean, not that there's any music right now. And I'm sure y'all noticed it's a very quiet game, too. So yeah, it seems like this is actually designed to be quite a technical boxing sim, which is cool. It's quite cool. Of course, that has all the baggage that comes with it. These are not quick matches. Max Torso is Inspector Gadget, Brock Sampson is the Rusty Avenger. My God, look how long it takes to like drop this guy's face meter. Like, I have been turning his face into hamburger and he's only like halfway there. Yeah, his stamina regens are also, he's got that gray area, so I don't think he can go up as high either. So, all right, one more round of this, and then I think I'm gonna be ready to call it. This is so sad, brothers fighting. Oh, that was a bad way to start the round, champ. The weird that I wish this game came out of Genesis as well, because Genesis games were allowed to do a bit of blood. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, we got us a face meter and a torso. We got all the meters, man. We got face meters, we got torso meters, we got stamina meters. We got a little map of the ring. Man, I have got this guy in the corner. He is not having a good time. Why can't we do fatalities in the boxing game? Oh, believe me, I wish we could. Oh, I uppercutted him. Damn. Working the old bread box. I can do that too. Oh, he's trying to stage a comeback, chat. It does seem like he's getting a little bit better at guarding. I do wonder if the AI in this learns from what you're doing. If it starts doing like pattern recognition and shit. I mean, hopefully when I knock this guy out, it'll be over. Look, I'm gonna level with you. This is a neat game. I do not think it's a good streaming game. Space is more than halfway gone. Yeah, but it's taken like 5 rounds to get there. Almost dead. See, that's the thing. I think when his face meter is gone, we'll get a knockdown, but he can get up from that. That won't. I don't think that'll be the end of the match. Yeah. These dudes looking real palette swapped. Yeah. Twins who never managed to reconcile. Well, let's see. I mean, I'll honor it at least until we knock this guy down, and then we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm making a mess of this dude. Oh, okay. I didn't even have to get the meter all the way down. So wait, maybe if you get the meter all the way down, maybe they don't get back up.
8, 9.
Damn. Got up at the 9 count. Haven't you learned anything yet, bro? He's got some fight in him now. Oh, he's down again. Takeaway is I thought boxing games look boring, but actually they're extremely fucking boring.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay, he's down. That was it. KO in the 6th round. He ain't pretty no more. And we're like, yeah, now I'm the pretty one. It was me. And then apparently in the career there's like a level up system where you can do training in between. I mean, that's pretty cool. I wonder if it's a mini game. Nope, you just get it. That's just what you get. And then you pick another. Then you pick another guy. Okay, cool. I mean, cool. Maybe the best boxing game I played on these old consoles so far. Like, really genuinely cool game. You've acquired punch to the head. Yeah, I like the sprite art in it too. It's quite impressive. Extremely similar to Evander Holyfield boxing. Did Holyfield boxing have the mechanic where you could move around your opponent? I mean, that certainly wasn't important there for what we just did, but same meter division. I wonder if it was the kind of thing at the time. I wonder if it was like in golf games, how pretty much all golf games had like the 2-part power meter, where you'd hit the button to send it out, you hit the button to come back and stuff. And like all the games just kind of use their own version of that. Yeah, legit impressive for an SNES cartridge. Like that demo to Big Boy Boxing. That was during the Steam Next Fest, right? Yeah, that was pretty cool. That was pretty solid. I just like pounding the shit out of people. I enjoy violence, chat. Just a big fan of violence. Speaking of violence, Brett Hull says it all. Are these 2 different hockey games? They are, aren't they? Hockey superstar Brett Hull teamed up with Accolade and the program group at Radical Entertainment to produce one of the classier acts on ice. So this is Brett Hull hockey. It looks like this. And then this over here is Jaleco. Made pro sport hockey, and it looks like this. Superhook 1000 hockey stick endorsed by the Meat Packers Local 212. Head, stamina, body, and Holyfield. When you empty the head meter, the person would be cut and start bleeding. Oh, okay. Brett reminds me a ton of the PS1 Tomb Raider designs. The character designer name was under a pseudonym. The desert located in UK based on movie games, so maybe it could be the same guy. Anything's possible, I guess. Anything is possible. Feeling controlling the players they move over the ice is quite realistic. Casual players may find this game to be a good fit. Okay. Oh, and then they've got comparisons of the 6 hockey games on Super NES, I guess. NHL Stanley Cup, NHL 94, Brett Hull Hockey, Pro Sport Hockey, NHLPA 93, and Super Slapshot. And even what licenses they have. But... Alright, what else they got? Foosball and Baseball. Sports Illustrated made a championship football and baseball game. I think we actually played that. And that's what they're talking about here. And then... Oh god, oh my god. So both, like, this whole spread is just for this. It's just for the Sports Illustrated game. Golf games have had a really hard time doing better than the 3-press method. Some games have adopted motion controls or analog swing input. Those can be touchy, janky, and imprecise. Tend to move even more, the gameplay being a matter of dealing with the inputs rather than laying out precise shot. Very true, very true. My dad was a big golf fan. He played a lot of golf, like real, actual, like real world golf. But he's a big gamer too, and he played all kinds of golf games when I was a kid. And yeah, when they started moving to motion controls, he really started to lose interest. He was a big fan of the Lynx games, the Tiger Woods games, all the ones that had like the 3-button meters. And then yeah, when they went to actually like swinging the mouse, he was out, he was done. Now he plays shit like Fallout and Far Cry. So I think it kind of worked out for the best in the end, really. And then down in this little inset, we get Monday Night Any Night. Like Tecmo Super Bowl for the the game was programmed in Japan. And the American staff of Data East didn't even see it until it was all but finished. That's not a good sign, football fans. Oh my god, wait, they actually tear into this one. The action is slow and equally frustrating as the poor AI. There doesn't seem to be any logic behind blocking or defensive player movements. The blocking schemes in the playbook don't seem to match up to the actual play on the field. The strangest part of Monday Night Football is the power play option. Instead of controlling your players in the field, you choose a power pass or run. In the side view, you'll see your player and defensive player spring along as if in a race. Finger speed determines how far you can go. The idea of being able to run a potent isn't a bad notion, but in this instance is removed from the action on the field. Passing option, you control the power of the receiver after the catch. When it comes to ABC Monday Night Football, you may want to tune this one out. Been some innovation with the 3-press method though. Some Mario Golf games allow you to press A or B when setting the swing power accuracy, enabling an option which automatically determines precision as well as top spin, backspin, super top. Oh, okay. Yeah, back when the newest Mario Golf game came out on the Switch, I watched a bit of that stream, and it actually seemed pretty technically complicated. Because not only were you just aiming and controlling the power, but you're also controlling hooks and slices, and yeah, backspins and stuff. The game is it's this yellow inset here is ABC Monday Night Football. Apparently, according to Nintendo Power, it sucks. My dad was never really into sports games, more a fan of stuff like Fear, Halo, Fallout, MechWarrior 2, the shot games. Yeah, my dad got real big into first-person shooters. Mainly Far Cry, and then later on Fallout. The Bethesda Fallouts, obviously. And then started to branch out into more complicated ones. A couple of years ago, I got him Prey, like the Arcane Prey, and he loved it. He got really into that game. What game is this from? Shit, sorry. This is from Tetris Attack, if you can believe that. Yeah. Spot on. Then my dad would love Prey, both Preys actually. Oh yeah, for sure. There's also a Switch golf game. Looks like Everybody's Golf was a spin-off. Unless you choose between analog and 3-click. Yeah, giving the player the option is definitely the best way to go about it. Because I know that I'm sure there's people out there that are into the more active swing method. But Did you ever try the GBC and GBA Mario golf games? Like JRPGs or play golf as your battles and level up your character? No, I did not. Historically, I don't know. I skipped the entire Game Boy Color library. I don't think I have played a single Game Boy Color game to completion, and I've only played a handful. I did have GBA. I played a lot of GBA games, but pretty much no sports games on them. Now I'm gonna mention it. You're done with Etrian Odyssey. There's a post-game. The final boss is locked behind it being a super boss, locked behind basically restoring your characters. Ain't nobody got time for that. Yep, I get that. I totally feel you on that. So, makes sense. Oh my god, it keeps going. It keeps going. Well, I'm gonna move myself so you can see this cute little ad in the corner. My dad never played video games. Closest guy was buying an air combat game or two. Yeah, this gotta be Earthbound. Yeah, it's Earthbound. Notice all those post-game maps you post in Discord ever blame me for buying? Yeah, that was a bullshit dungeon. That was a seriously bullshit dungeon. Yeah, my dad started with sports games. Well, not so much. Actually, we had a Commodore 64 when I was a kid. He actually had it before I was born. And he played mainly golf games on it, but he also had a bunch of simulators on it. He had like some naval simulators and some war simulators. He had some flight sims. We got a really cool top-down shooter game called Airborne Ranger, where basically it would drop you at the bottom of this long level, and you had limited resources. You had limited ammunition and grenades and bombs and stuff, and you had to make it from your drop zone at the bottom up to the target area at the top, and then depending on the mission you picked, you had different mission objectives. I would actually, now that I think about it, I'd actually really like to stream that for y'all sometime, because it's a really cool game, and I wonder if I'd be more capable at it now, because it was hard as balls when I was a kid. I learned to beat some of the easy missions, but there were a couple missions that I could just never figure out. Some of them were brutal. But yeah, Airborne Ranger, that game was fun. Airborne Ranger and Echelon were two really, really cool Commodore 64 games that I would love to revisit someday. And then when we got our 486, my dad kept playing sports games. He did a lot of racing games and flight sims, but really, and golf games, but racing games became his love. He had, let's see, I forget who made them, but there was a series of NASCAR racing simulators. Commodore 64 Weird Old Wheel. If I got an emulator set up for it, yeah, definitely. Yeah, he played some NASCAR games. He had some F1 games. He got one that's apparently still huge in like hardcore simulator circles called Grand Prix Legends, which is about like the early days of F1. Back when the cars actually looked like cars and not spaceships. And apparently modders have kept that scene going to this day. It's supposedly one of the best racing simulator engines out there. And people just keep modding more and more cars into it. And then eventually, I think it was when I was living in Japan after college, my dad started to branch out and play stuff like Far Cry and Fallout and stuff. So yeah, it's kind of all over the place. Dad never really got into games. They like Star Fox 64 for whatever reason. My mom was kind of like that too. She wasn't a big gamer, but she got really into Super NES SimCity. She got so into it, actually, that she was playing it. She would just play it every free moment she had. And she was playing it while she was cooking dinner one night, and she burned our dinner. And my dad got really mad, and she swore off games after that. So. Mom's not a big gamer, loves the classic Sonic games. Dad's a massive anime nerd and plays games sometimes. Yeah, oh yeah, I get you, Shadows. Probably, yeah, no, that's probably how you got into games, alright. Probably. Your dad got into Subnautica a ton. Oh, that's cool. Pretty cool. Mom needed a rice cooker that would burn and she would cook. No, she's making pork chops. I remember that night vividly. I remember the burned pork chops. It was pretty tragic. We got another bases ball game here. Popular arcade game Relief Pitchers made its way to Super NES with much of its strength intact. Relief Pitcher. I've never heard of this franchise, if it even is a franchise. So can broth and make a ramen. Oh, you like the song too? This is... Oh. This is from Ancient Magic Bazoe Maho Sekai. This is the menu music. Something that never came over to the United States, apparently. Apparently, new Tex Murphy novel is released this year. It's an original story, not based off any of the games. Oh, absolutely, yeah. I will happily link you. This will probably drop you into the middle of the playlist. But yeah, I've actually circled back to some of the original SNES Drunk playlists that we used to do a long time ago. F1 Racing Sim sort of reminds me of Need for Speed Porsche Unlimited. That's cool. So yeah, I don't know anything about the Relief Pitcher series, if it is a series. And then the yellow inset is... Oh, this is just upcoming stuff. Ken Griffey Jr., NBA Jam, Nigel Mansell IndyCar, Super FX Racing Game. I don't know what they're referring to there, though. Not Stunt Race. Super Bases Loaded 2. There's a pool game here. The full name of the game is the Billiard Congress of America Presents Championship Pool. Possibly the longest name in Super NES history. Possibly, yeah. The endorsement of Congress shows how realistic this game is. Yeah, there's that one, and then there's Side... And we've played Side Pocket before. NBA Jam? Okay. No offense, this is... It's maybe the last time I play NBA Jam. Until it actually shows up in the magazine. I feel like I've played this game so many times. Here's what the longest video game title y'all know is. It would probably have to be that one game that is supposed to be... It's based on those fake advertisements for mobile games. Yeah, you want those games. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that has an absurd title. Oh, that's from Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. I forgot about that. It's in the game. Wait, wrong time. Iguana. What else did Iguana make? I don't recognize that name. Nope. Iguana. Oh, they made Turok! Oh, they made Turok. How about that? No 65-word long title to it being meme with Emerald Neo. Every time I play this game, I have to remember how it's played again. Actually, maybe I should just let my teammate handle everything. He seems pretty capable.
Wild
Oh, why did I do
shot.
that?
No good.
No good. You do it.
Yes.
Perfect, thank you. It has a wonderful, like, RPG sound when you steal the ball. Do it, man. Aw, fuck you. And I recently released that time I rear into Graveyard and accidentally sent myself to the Shadow Realm and fight the souls of the damned. Jams it in! Wild shot! Paw! Orf. Paw! Oh no!
No good. Wild shot.
Nah, just keep jumping, bro. Just keep jumping. Should I pick the Clippers? I don't give a fuck. I really don't at this point. Feels kind of silent. There's no music! Oh, fuck off. Seriously. Alright, that's enough NBA Jam. That I'm sorry. I know it's an all-time great game. I know people have amazing memories of it. I don't care. I just don't care. I like watching basketball. That's it. That's it. That's all I'm there for, really. Lacking music makes me feel like this jam is happening in some weird liminal space. Yeah. The courts of the back rooms or something. Yeah. Alright. Moving on. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Are the billiards games? I've never played the Congress one. I've never even heard of that. We have played Side Pocket, and Side Pocket is solid. Side Pocket's pretty decent. Basketball in the back rooms. Basketball. I like that. I like that. I need a 15-part YouTube series on that now. No, you're thinking of Side Pocket. Side Pocket had pretty good music, if I remember correctly. It was solid, but no time for those balls, chat. We got Lester the Unlikely on deck. In my opinion, the birds should dump Lester in the ocean. Meet Lester. He's a typical nerd. He stoops over when he walks, flails wildly when he runs, can't throw a rock, and wears horn-rimmed glasses. Wow, what a loser. What a big dingus, chat. All in all, Lester is the last person you expect to be a hero, let alone the main character of a video game. One day, while reading his favorite comic book, because you can't be sure he's a complete loser nerd idiot until he breaks out the comic book. I know, they're not even horn-rimmed! So stupid. Lester wanders onto a dock. He decides to shit in a shady spot, chat. Soon dozes off in his own shit. Little does Lester realize he's fallen asleep next to a cargo crate, and soon is picked up and taken out to sea. Bad luck turns to worse, and Lester's ride is attacked by pirates. The ship is sunk, and Lester swims ashore on an uncharted desert island. The story begins when our hero awakens on the beach with a soggy comic book and no way home. There's reckless disregard for gravity, which probably has the longest. Yeah, probably does have the longest word. Hey, reader base is you. Fuck you. I redeemed an absolutely wretched game. You're safe from me. Less than likely really shows that you nerds actually suck at life-threatening situations. I like, yeah, the bird's just gripping his head. And from that perspective, it looks like they're about, like, 10 or 15 feet up in the air. Like, that motherfucker is flying him around. And doesn't seem any happier about it himself. I thought you were gonna say he decides to shit his pants. Still be better than the game that actually followed. Visual Concepts and DTMC, two companies I've never heard of in my life, have teamed together to bring you an action-adventure unlike any other. They have taken the smooth animation of games like Prince of Persia and Flashback and used it to place a normal guy in outrageous situations. Outstanding graphics make this game a must-play. Unlike any other before or since, for good reasons. Damn, it sucks to be a bear if you're like a bear. Probably weighs about 75 cents. Alright. Level 1. Lester awakens on the beach and begins to explore his surroundings. Giant crabs and sea turtles infest the beach. Ready to snap. Okay. So you push a rock to a ledge or something. Why am I suddenly thinking about Bowe and his blob? Did I just hallucinate? No, you did not. No, you did not. Bowe and his blob is a contentious classic of the NES. It is a very difficult game. Like an insanely difficult game. It's a platformer where you can't jump. You have to get your little blob friend to stand in the right spot and feed them jelly beans to turn into things like trampolines and portable holes and ladders and bridges and shit. And even knowing what you're supposed to do, it's like crazy. Yes, and there's a Game Boy sequel, in fact. The Rescue of Princess Blobonia or something. And then, and you can't jump because you're white. And then there was a kind of reboot, I think, decades later from Way Forward that I didn't like personally. It felt very rote as a puzzle game. Game has exactly enough jelly beans to solve everything. Yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy how hard that game is. I want to say there was another game like this that had a jungle lady as the protagonist. I want to say you're right. But I can't think of what it was. I might. Okay, look. I'm gonna cop to this. I might be a little unduly harsh on Way Forward just because I'm not a particular fan of the style of their games. They all kind of feel like slightly higher budget Flash games to me. There's something very, very floaty and very loose about them all. And it just never feels right to me. Please don't tell me some obstacles have multiple possible solutions. Worse than that, oh god, I kind of want to... Alright, chat, I never do this, but sit tight for a second. We're gonna do something real quick. Here, you get to stare at my giant face while I go about this. We're gonna do something unexpected. Do it! Do it! Let me see if I can find it. Yo, Shadows, thank you so much for subscribing for 26 months, dude. Much appreciated. Alright, just a moment. I beg your patience. Here it is. Chat, I'm gonna take you back to the past to view a single game that sucks ass. Welcome back to A Bowe and His Blob. April 1990. Because I had to explain this. I had to explain how this fucking works. So, okay. Okay, the Blob is an alien. He's from Blobonia. He comes... Oh, no! It's too late for regrets, my friend. It is too late! Okay. So, the Blob came from Blobonia because some tyrant had taken over his planet or whatever, and he runs into the eponymous Bowe, right? So... Critters on Blobonia are vulnerable to vitamin because all their shit is like snack foods and candy and stuff. So before you leave for Blobonia, you have to collect money. You have to get money, and to do that, you have to descend into the caverns under the subways of New York City and find lost treasures and gems. So you have enough money to buy vitamins from the health store before flying off in a blob rocket to Blobonia. So, this first level of the game is basically just open. It's basically just like open world. Scans like a Tomb Raider level? Well, I mean, you basically you can decide how to go through it. There is a best way to do it that Nintendo Power basically outlines in their tips, but you're kind of free to wander through here and grab stuff as you can. You can skip the underwater section if you're not confident that you can pilot the blob bubble through there. But you also can't see what the fuck you're doing. So like to get from the subway down into the underhalls, you need to use you need to turn the blob into a hole to drop through. If you drop through into one of these big chasms in the middle, you're just gonna fall and die. That's it. You can fly to Blobonia pretty early on. If you don't have the items you need, is a one-way trip to Dead Man Walking Population U. You can go there right from the start, in fact. Over here on the left is the list of all the jelly beans you start with. And what they do. Strawberry turns them into a bridge, licorice makes a ladder, cola makes a bubble, coconut makes a coconut, apple makes a jack, like jacking up a car, cinnamon makes a blowtorch, tangerine makes a trampoline, vanilla makes an umbrella, honey makes a hummingbird, root beer makes a rocket. That's what it does. If you feed the blob a root beer jelly bean, he'll turn into a rocket ship, and if you climb on him, he'll just take you to Blobonia, straight up. Punch makes portable holes. Ketchup catches him up. I don't know how this one fucking works. And then orange is top secret. It makes the Vita Blaster. After you get vitamins, orange turns him into a gun that shoots vitamins. It was the 90s. Don't question it. Have we played through the Wii version of Bowe and His Blob yet? Great game, highly recommend. No, we haven't. No, we have not one. Lime is one too. What did the lime do? Was lime only in the Game Boy version? Wait, you have 52 hummingbirds worth of coconuts for? Key, that's right, the key. Totally forgot about that one. You might have to pick that one up. Because you can find additional bags of jelly beans as you go. Okay. So the coconuts are used for very specific puzzles. Apparently you can use them to get past the cherry bombs on Blobonia, but I never figured out how that actually works. I've never actually gotten past that part of the game. But you can actually throw the coconut like a projectile or something. And I think Hummingbird, I forget if he actually attacks in Hummingbird. I don't think he attacks in Hummingbird form. I think you use it to get him to catch up to you. Like if you use a trampoline to jump up to a much higher area. You think you beat this game? Holy shit, dude. That takes some gumption. Coconuts have water in them. Coconuts used for the popcorn, obviously. Ketchup beans confirmed set in Canada. All right, so anyway, I just wanted to do a quick flashback to flesh out this discussion of Bowe and his blurb. So let us return back to the present day. Let us warp back to 1994. God, we must have done that issue. That was issue 11, I think, and we're currently on issue 57. We did that ages ago. Are you gonna play it? No. No, the plan was not to play it. The plan was just to show it off, so I will refund you your point. The bubble area was the worst. The water area is the worst by nature. Yeah. And it's like if you want to collect stuff in the underwater area, it's like you need like the hands of a surgeon then to maneuver through some of those areas. was like fucking impossible. Ultimately, like, A Boy and His Blob on NES is a very ambitious game, but I wouldn't call it a good one. I'm sure it's influenced other games over time, the least of which being its reboot. But yeah. Yeah, it's definitely not one of my favorite games. You lessen up only if you demand it. Only if you demand it. I'm moving on otherwise. A boy, no blob. His name is Chat, this is an evening fueled by spite. Chat's like, hey, Oddish, you can do the thing? And I'm like, nope. And they're like, all right, motherfucker. The die is cast. Suffer then. You have chosen your fate. Level 2 is further down the shore, some rocky crags and pushing boxes. Level 3 is in a cave. Level 4, you have to find a ruby to blast the thing open. Level 5 has an emerald crystal or something. How bad could it be? It could be pretty fucking bad. It could be pretty fucking bad. Level 6 is skulls. These apparently huck into fires. You find a village. Captured. There's 15 levels of this shit? No, there's more than that. Even after you make it past all the traps and houses of the cave, you'll still need to take on hordes of pirates. Keep your sword arm ready. I mean, it seems like there's screenshots of additional levels, so there's more than 15 levels, it would seem. The key art is too good for this game. It looks like they got an actual comic book artist to do it. It must have been for the manual. It must have been whoever... I don't know. Who fucking published this? I guess Visual Concepts? I guess they actually shelled out for a real artist to do their key art. It's cool, you know, we're not getting past level 3. We're not getting past level 1. We very well may not, honestly. But in Nintendo Power, all things are possible, chat. All things are possible. I've never played this game. It looked, to the uneducated child reading Nintendo Power back in 1994, it looked cool. Like, the graphics looked genuinely very impressive from Nintendo Power, but the control is awful. I mean, if the control is awful, that's basically like just the gunshot to the head for any game. I know it takes to beat this game and we aren't getting past level 1. It's a well-polished turd. The animation is good. I don't think I've ever seen that logo in my life. This one I might have. I might have. Meet Lester. Just a typical teenager. Kind of geeky, kind of sleepy. Well, the video game's a lot nicer about this. Triangle logo screaming. Wow, the new issue of the Super Duper Hero Squad is the best ever. I just wish I could afford to buy a copy of each of this issue's 52 different covers. That'd show the guys how cool I am. Alright, this guy's a hopeless fuck. I think I'll fucking pass out here. I'm sorry, Chad. I didn't realize how loud the farty soundtrack was for you. I think I'll lie down here and finish reading my comic. Alligator gal molted last issue. I wonder what she looks like now. But Lester picked a bad place to take a nap. Will the captain believe his story about being a reluctant stowaway? Bro may actually be dead. This kid got swirlies on the reg. As chance would have it, Lester's freighter was hijacked and scuttled by pirates. Luckily, before the ship sank, Lester found a life vest and swam for the nearest tropical island. Communicating gameplay and feel through screenshots is a lost art. Plenty of pages on Steam. We'll have dozens of screenshots. I can't even tell what the mechanical genre is supposed to be. Too true. That is too true. Oh god, look at his fucking stance, chat. Look at how this idiot is stanced up. Oh, where am I? Why are my arms so tired? The last thing I can remember is the ship pirates. Oh no, my comic is a soggy mess. I want to go home. I'd better find somebody to help me get off this island. Fuck. Oh my god, are you for real? I call that stands the dish. Eat starfish.
No.
His mother told him if he kept pelvic thrusting, he'd get stuck like that. Look at him now. Watch out, you're gonna make him piss himself. That's pretty funny. Can you actually... Oh, okay, you can mantle down off the thing. What is this circus-ass music? He's terrified. He looks like John Arbuckle. Oh. Okay, how to make this dip... Okay, that's how I make the dipshit pick things up. Pretty impressive vertical leaps for Nerdlinger. I can't believe he can mantle up on things. That's insane. Like, fucking how much of a nerd can he be if he can actually pull himself up with his arm? Like, yeah, his spine may have a pronounced S-curve in it, but fuck, dude. What are you doing? Okay, there we go. A really interesting push animation, but I'll take it. Yeah, I can't pull myself up. I used to be able to, not anymore. Okay, can I convince you to... There we go. Is a nerd that could lead his college frat to victory against the alpha betas? Whoa. I beat stage 1. Suck it, chat.
No.
I actually made it over the trap, too. Well done, Pat.
Oh.
Oh. Oh, shit. Oh. He just curls up into a ball. Eh. Eh.
No.
No. The run is a problem because you only run like a set distance and you can't actually stop him. Walks in your turtle, dies. Look, we've all been there, all right? Gulp. Okay, so my question is, why would anyone want to play this? Like, why would you want to play a charmless loser? Oh, fuck. In a platformer. Oh, okay. Based on sales figures, no one did. All right, stage 3.
No.
Like, who wants to deal with this? Every fucking time you try to do something in the game, it's like, no, oh, no, sad. Worked out pretty well for. I don't think I like your tone. yeah, I mean, this just seems like an awful idea for a game. Especially, like, look, especially in the 90s, which were all about, like fulfilling power fantasies. You know, the ancient Egyptians considered trolls to be demonic creatures. Hence, there's an Egyptian mythological demon who has a whole turtle's body as their head. Oh, that's creepy. That sounds super fucked up. I love it. God, I'd rather be playing Bob. An indictment if I've ever heard one. Like unlikely heroes are one thing, but this guy fucking sucks. That's unavoidable. Can I just run through this shit?
Oh.
Oh god, they chase your ass down. Where the Lester becomes more of an action hero towards the end of the game, you have to suffer through this. And it's just not worth it, man. It's just not worth it. This is the kind of story that you can't, like, it's much better suited to other kinds of media and not video game. Like, who really wants to play as a loser? You know? Who really wants to play as some kind of fucking nerdy idiot who's scared of everything? Like, that works a lot better in movies and TV shows, where you're not them, but you can see their journey to kind of evolve out of that. There's like Big Bang Theory. This game is highly marketable to people who are not the subject being depicted. I mean, it certainly wouldn't have any appeal for, you know, actual nerds. How do I... God. Oh my god. Is it just the protagonist is a dweeb? Is the mechanics seem to just be deliberately bad in order to convey this? You are exactly right, and it's just as bad as it sounds. Yeah, the throw animation. I mean, I can't help but note that this game hails from an era where gay was very frequently used as a pejorative. Great, I fucked that up. I think the exit's right behind them, though, so if there's not another rock down here, we might just be able to run past. I hope that by the end of the game, we're shirtless with a bandolier and an M16. Something tells me the hero's journey is not going to be so dramatic as that. I bet I am not supposed to go down there. Not just disempowered or weak in a soul level 1 kind of way, more revoking control. No, that's exactly the case. Whenever Lester gets scared, you literally lose control of him. Even if he's just looking over the edge of a cliff and being like, no. Like, you can't control him in that moment. The worst are when you run into an enemy and he actively runs the opposite direction. You don't have control over that. He just fucking books it out of there. And you can do nothing but what? Leg teeter animation is really something though. It certainly is, isn't it? I hate to say it, I do like the animation in this game. I do think the animation in this game is quite solid. A lot of effort went into making something that's honestly kind of repugnant on a couple levels. Oh, I don't know about that. So we need a gemstone to get out of here. Big fuck off ruby. The walk animation is so lovingly crafted, and I just hate it more and more the more I'm forced to watch it.
Oh.
Yup. Lesser than unlikely or shitty Blackthorn. Blackthorn's a game I'm looking forward to getting to. I'm curious how that one is. I was a fan of Flashback, Quest for Identity, when I was a kid. I rented it once, and I enjoyed it. I got really far in it. When we streamed it here, it was a bit much. It was a bit frustrating to get through because there's like no checkpointing early on. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know where this fucking Ruby is. He can just die. He can just die at the end, at the bottom of whatever pit that is. We can move on with our lives. There's no exciting game over screen either. I saw the countdown run out and it just says game over. Womp womp womp. Blackthorn, I believe, is by Blizzard, yeah. Believe so. Moving on to Choplifter 3. Didn't even realize there was a Choplifter 3. Finally, chat, best viewers. I can get rid of all you assholes. Aw, never mind. Dominic, I see what you did there. You're not getting credit for that. Can't get rid of me that easily. Lester, the unlikely to play this game again. Don't lie, you're never getting rid of it. It's true. It's true, chat. Y'all ain't going fucking nowhere. They had a guardian angel. Can you handle the mission? Alert! Hostages have been taken in hostile areas of the world. Only you, using the most advanced chopper the military has to offer, can rescue them. You've got to get them out. They didn't send their best to write this copy. Not every day you play a simple game that has the ability to hold your interest for an extended period of time. We're happy to report that Extreme's Choplifter 3 is both easy to understand and a blast to play. Speaking of blast, blasting will be the primary directive when you pilot the helicopter in the game. At the beginning of each level, you're given a goal, the minimum number of hostages you must rescue. You have to go out and pick them up and bring them back to base. Simple. Well, it would be, but throngs of enemy forces are out to stop you. Would you send your best to write copy for Choplifter 3? No. No, actually, I wouldn't. We played... Was there a Choplifter on NES? Because I know we played a game like this. A chopper rescue game where I don't remember if you had any weapons in that one. But I remember we had to fly into some caves and ruins and stuff. We played that one twice, I think. But I don't remember if it was an actual Choplifter game. That is not a helicopter that can do CSAR. There's no passenger compartment. It's okay. It's okay. They just, They hang on to the landing struts. Like in every 90s action movie. It's fine. The jungle, Sector 1. There really aren't any surprises waiting for you in the jungle. All the enemy forces are out in the open. You'll have to blast some huts to get at several of the hostages, though. So blow up some huts. Get fixed. Sector 1 has multiple levels. There's a death tank in Sector 1 level 3 and big guns in Sector 1 level 4. What other kind of levels are there? There's Desert Cavern Sector 2. Looks honestly like a level from UN Squadron, if you ask me. Which didn't, but that's what I think. Passengers get to sit in the missile launcher and act as reserve ammunition. There's like a cavern driller and a machine. Remembers Cobra Command, the Laserdisc game, not several other games the same name? I do not. I'm not familiar with Laserdisc games on the whole. There's small helicopters that have passenger benches along the side where you basically harness yourself to it and sit on the outside. Dude, that's, man. I gotta tell you, there are people on this earth that can do things that I could never even conceive of. I'm terrified of heights. And honestly, as I get older and my anxiety takes over, I'm getting less comfortable about flying too. I used to love flying, and then for many years I tolerated flying, and now I get like deeply uncomfortable on airplanes. Helicopter would fucking kill me. Being strapped to the outside of a helicopter, just leave me to die. Like, seriously, I'll take my chances with the enemy. There ain't no way you're getting me out of a war zone like that. Just shoot me. Death Tank 2 sounds like it should be an asylum joint. Sea rescue in Sector 3. You're saving dudes from dinghies. Now imagine ultralights. Oh god. I don't know how I did this, but when my wife and I first got married, we took a trip before our kids were born. We took a trip to Las Vegas. Spent like a weekend in Las Vegas. One of the days, my wife set up a trip to the Grand Canyon for us. Well, since we flew out to Las Vegas, our trip to the Grand Canyon, we flew there. We flew there from a little airport on the edge of Las Vegas in like a little teeny 6-seater plane. Like a little Cessna. It's the only time I've been in one of those, and I thought I was going to die. I was petrified for that whole flight. Because the smaller a plane is, the more you feel every single thing that's happening. And I was losing it. You are going to die, we're all going to die. Hopefully not on an airplane. Have you seen the cow who got airlifted by a helicopter? How fucked up was that for the cow? Yeah. So they showed medical evacs in MASH hooked up to the side of the helo. They get you a pillow. No, okay. As anxious as I get, I'm pretty good about toughing it out. I was white knuckling my seat on that Cessna, but I didn't say a word. And we landed and we saw the Grand Canyon and it was super cool. It was an amazing experience. And then we were done. We flew back and I didn't say a word. And then when we got off that airplane, I turned to my wife. I was like, I never want to do that again. Never want to ride a tiny plane. So many celebrities get eaten by those. I know, right? Tiny planes and helicopters, man. Never. Never, never, never. I've made my peace with big international airliners. Like, it's the only way I can go back and forth from Japan, and I'm never gonna stop doing that. You know, I'm always gonna want to go with my wife to visit her family and see Japan. I love Japan, so I'm committed to that, and I'm committed to doing other international trips we do. You know, we went to Tahiti back in the spring, and that was amazing. I had a great time in Tahiti. I would do that again, but you know, gotta fly out in the middle of the Pacific to do that. So. I was on a twin-engine turboprop and hit some fairly minor turbulence, so you could really feel it. While in medication withdrawal. Oh my god. I feel so bad for you. I can't imagine. Bring more sun. Yeah. I haven't forgotten, PM. I have not forgotten. You gonna be on an Airbus for the first time in October? Good luck, my friend. Good luck. Everything I've heard about small planes give me so many reasons to nope the hell out. Guess there's a slow-ass boat option? How would that even work? I just book passage on like a freighter or something? Get there in like a month? I don't know. I don't think there are cruises that go straight across. Yeah, I don't know if that's even possible. Buy my ass a sailboat and pilot myself across the Pacific. But yeah. I wish I didn't think so much. Like, I wish I was dumber, chat. I wish I could quiet my brain from thinking about the ramifications of being in the sky. What is this? Keeps showing up in these playlists. Okay. This song that is playing right now is from Last Bible 3. And yeah, it comes around a lot. I recognize this one a lot. It's on multiple playlists. So maybe we should visit Last Bible 3 sometime, chat. Magellan-ish. Tried to plan a trip. It was going to be days long. I'm not sure how I'd be able to sleep sitting up in a chair, if I could sleep on the floor or what. You can travel internationally by cargo ship, apparently. Wow. I wonder how many people actually do that. Now that you say I can hear the SMT in it. No kidding. Huh. But yeah, I'm in a weird place, chat, where like I'm getting more and more uncomfortable with flying, but I can't give it up. Like I don't want to just be stuck here for the rest of my life. I want to travel. I want to fly. I want to go to other countries and see places I've never been before. But it's getting scarier and scarier every time I do it. Like I look back on stuff that I've done in the past, and like I'm definitely more nervous now than I used to be. Years ago, I mean not even that. Well, I guess it would have been 6 or 7 years at this point, I guess. We went to Kyushu while we were in Japan. And while we were there, a typhoon rolled in. Like a big-ass typhoon was bearing down on Kyushu. And we were supposed to leave the day it made landfall. And our plane was the last flight out. They canceled every flight after ours. And we took off into a typhoon. And it was like being on a roller coaster. And I don't know how I didn't have a heart attack. Actually, I think I might know. On further reflection. My daughter at the time was like 3 or 4 years old. And she was sitting next to me. And I was determined not to freak her out. I did not want her to get any kind of negative association with airplane. So we take off. And I swear to God, like 5 seconds into takeoff, the plane goes like... It drops like 50 feet or something. And I'm like... Whee! It's like a roller coaster! Yay! She's like, ah! And inside, like, I'm just like, kill me. Please. Please, just what's the button to have the flight attendant come by with like euthanasia? They try to take a boat across the ocean. Seems terrifying with how high some waves can get. I guess is worth experiencing. Yeah, I think that might actually be even more terrifying. Like, you know what? I guarantee you, sailing through a storm, no matter how big the ship is, has to be scarier than flying through a storm. It just has to be. Because your ship... My grandfather was in the Navy in World War II. And before he passed away, he told me all kinds of stories about his time on that ship. And he talked about the storms that they would go through. And, like, he was like, that ship would get, like, vertical. It would just, like, fucking fall into those swells. So, yeah, as nervous as I get on airplanes, I mean, air travel is prominent for a reason. There are thousands and thousands of flights every day without incident for a reason. Like, we have mastered air travel. Like intellectually, I understand that. I get it. You know, there is no logical reason for me to panic on flights because statistically, I'm going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine. I've been on dozens of flights in my life. Every single one of them was fine. I've taken off into a typhoon. I was fine. I've flown through countless storms. We were fine. I've taken big planes. I've taken little planes. I've taken microplanes. Everything was fine. Statistically, I am fine. But yes, good luck telling that to Lizard Brain. Because I have anxiety. And that shit never lets go. Apparently prices for boats are about 100 to 130 US per day. Come with a cabin and 3 meals. That would be pretty expensive all told. Yeah. Imagining the adult in the next seat hearing that and thinking, bro, what the fuck? Yeah. That's one of the nice things about being a parent is a lot of your social anxiety kind of goes away out of necessity because your kids are so important. I mean, I guess that doesn't happen for everybody, but it definitely happened for me. Like, I am on the whole very much an introvert. I get nervous around people, but when it comes to my kids, I will do whatever I have to do to keep my kids happy around other people, whether there are other people or not. So yeah. Happened to me when I was flying somewhere with my family. That sudden drop was terrifying, even though it was only a few feet. You know what got me real bad? Actually, no, it didn't. But it shocked me, but where were we going? It was... I think it was either Tahiti or Colorado. We were on medium-sized planes, and the flight was like completely smooth, no issues, everything was great. And like they were serving drinks and snacks and everything was hunky-dory. And then out of nowhere, it's like something hit the plane. There was this loud bang and the plane just like jumped up. It pitched up and they like and they righted it, and like the flight attendants, they took a tumble. They were knocked to the ground. Their cart was knocked over. But that was it. No other turbulence. Nothing else happened. May I swallowed a bird? Burbs? That was Cloverfield. Like, they didn't even turn on the seatbelt sign after that. It's just like, whoops, we hit something. Shit. And like the nice thing about that, there were two nice parts to that. One is that the oopsie daisy. One was that the plane pitched up, not down. So there wasn't that falling sensation when the plane loses altitude. That was one thing. The other thing is it was over by the time you realized what happened. I didn't have time to be scared of that. It's just like the plane was hit and I was like, what the fuck? But everything was back to normal. Everything was fine. And it's not like that shit's gonna happen twice, right? Captain was having his power scotch. Here's a note that should make your next trip easier. Big planes out of LAX used to see a lot of delays in the summer. When the air was too hot, it was questionable the big beast could get enough lift to clear the hills. Dad said crews would watch the first planes leaving in the evening and see the haze of dirt blown up as a plane went by. Wow. I mean, honestly, that's another thing that logically makes me feel a lot better. Flying in and out of LAX, like, you've got these big-ass jumbo jets flying low over, like, one of the most densely populated cities in the United States. But nothing ever happened. There are neighborhoods that have planes, like descending over them, like, dozens of times a day. And nothing happens. Nothing ever goes wrong. So if my stupid idiot brain would actually listen to that, I would feel much better. Never had a comfortable plane seat since I was a small child. Speaking of someone who deals with chronic pain, it's honestly awful. No, like, it's really terrible how uncomfortable air travel is. It's really... Bowie's working. It's really unfortunate how uncomfortable air travel is. And it's a shame that nothing's ever going to be done about it, because apparently even running industries that people must use the airlines still can't turn a profit, so it's not like they're gonna make them any more comfortable anytime soon. We know where every commercial plane is in the sky at all times, kind of thing. Like I said, we've essentially perfected air travel. It is so reliable. It is so safe, and it is so reliable. I think technically air travel is literally the safest form of transportation in existence now. Something like, I remember reading something like a couple months ago that like all of the American airlines combined have achieved something like 1 billion air miles traveled with no serious like injury or harm to people. And having you Boeing used to be cool. Outside the whole Boeing thing, even this bullshit that's going on with the Boeing jets, it doesn't make them crash. Like, all of those issues with the Boeings have been recoverable. I mean, everything's recoverable until it isn't, but so far. This time I take a plane trip, I'm gonna bring my pop-up tent. Had a hell of a time having a connecting flight get canceled and being stranded at night without food or water. Real life pathologic level, yeah, it's really fucked. Yeah, and they take this shit seriously. All those planes were grounded. They were all investigated. They were all inspected. So. I think it's only the 737s that have had those issues. So yeah. Yeah, I wish I could convince myself. I really wish I could convince myself to be more comfortable, because I should be. By all accounts, I should be. It was a little better this year, going to Japan, because I brought my laptop, and I honestly just played. I played Curious Expedition, like the whole way to Japan, and that took my mind off of a lot of it. Because I was like, yeah, I might be experiencing some turbulence in this airplane, but at least I'm not being eaten by jaguars in the middle of a of a jungle on the opposite side of the planet. This is so much better. All right, moving on, chat. I do play Curious Expedition. I started playing while I was in Japan. Yeah, I missed the heyday of Curious Expedition, but I picked it up while I was in Japan and had a great time with it. I beat it several times, and I was very proud of that. And I also bought Curious Expedition 2 the last time it was on sale, so I'll probably crack into that at some point. So yeah, it's fun. It's a good time. I also used to play Renowned Explorers, but I need to get back into that game someday. I kind of had a really weird introduction to it. I couldn't. Oh my god! Holy fuck! It's airline shit. The fucking next page is about airplanes. Unbelievable. Couldn't click with a Curious Expedition the way I did with the Renowned Explorers. Yeah, I'm kind of the opposite. I had such a dumb experience with Renowned Explorers. The first time I played Renowned Explorers, my very first run with Renowned Explorers, I beat it. Like, everything just clicked, everything worked, I knew exactly what I was doing, and I beat it, and it was great. And then all of my runs after that were catastrophe. I could not replicate what I did that first time, and it was so frustrating. Because I thought I knew what I was doing, and I didn't. It was more luck than anything, and it bothered me so much that I ended up dropping it and not going back. So, but I want to go back to it someday and actually learn how to be good at that game. But Curious Expedition, I had a much smoother learning curve with. I lost a shitload of expeditions before I started winning some. And I still lose like every other one. But yeah. One of the things I told my kids about anxiety to help them with it is really good at keeping you safe, but terrible at listening to any kind of logic. That's true. That's true. I should maybe mention that. My older daughter gets anxiety. I imagine my younger daughter will as well. But yeah, I've been kind of coaching my older daughter through anxiety and hopefully helping her. Twilight Zone shit. Eagle-eyed Manic has spotted the list of games down here. Not my dick. Down past that. Bottom of the page. So what the fuck is all this? Gateway Getaway. Getting there can be just as fun as being there when you travel with the latest Nintendo system. The Nintendo Gateway system. The system offers travelers entertainment, convenience, and planning information all in an easy-to-use interface. Currently available on some international Northwest, China Air, and Virgin Atlantic flights, the Nintendo Gateway system offers 10 video games, movies, and a duty-free shopping service. Other services will come online soon. Versions of the Gateway can also be found in hotels and, in the near future, on board cruise ships. No, now your dick games are fun to play with. Gateway combines a version of the 16-bit Super NES with a controller and an interface that lets you choose from video games to movies, audio, CD recordings, phone shopping, and information. The Richard Branson project. Interface aboard the planes comes with a Hughes Avicom International information services view. Okay, this is kind of boring. Each seat has an LCD screen and a controller, links passenger or host computer, yada yada yada. Spaces at a premium. All the components that normally fit inside your Super NES control deck had to be fit into a 3.5-inch square. It was 1 inch thick. Engineers at NOA had used many new parts, different power supply. Most obvious difference: you can't plug in a game pack. Instead, game programs are downloaded into 2 MB RAM. Enough memory to hold the massive 16. Oh, chat. Game programs are downloaded into a 2 MB RAM. That's enough memory to hold the massive 16 megabit games that are becoming more and more commonplace. Massive, chat. Massive 16 megabit game. Doing well in Renowned Explorers pretty much relies on min-maxing gear and skills so you max your roulette odds. Yeah, and I never learned how to do that. I really did just get super lucky on that first run somehow. I might have accidentally min-maxed. I might have just, like, bought stuff that stacked in a particularly helpful way without realizing what I was doing. Gateway had to interface with the equipment supplied by Hughes Avicom. Had to be approved by the FAA. What's the cost of all this high-flying technology? Northwest Airlines is shelling out $1.5 million for each 747 that is converted, and intends to convert most of its 42-plane fleet. Wow. Very Satellaview coded. Oh, it is. To post the incredible next-gen system describing a TTRPG in a near-future setting. How many milliseconds of a power hours stream is that? Crazy to think about, isn't it? Absolutely crazy to think about. I mean, yeah, I'll look it up later. But yeah, my old console ROM libraries are so tiny. I think, okay, hang on, actually. I'm curious about this. Huge Oddish again, because I don't know where this, yeah, it's gonna pop up in the wrong place. I am really curious about something here. Okay, so that's that. Oh my god. Hang on, I wanna see this. No, I guess not. Okay. My entire library of American SNES games. The entire American SNES library is smaller than one PS2 game. The entire, for those of you that are around for the PS2 Weird Old Wheel, The entire American Super Nintendo library is half the size of Whiplash. It is half the size of the animal abuse platformer. That is so funny. It's half the size of Gitaru Man. Amazing to think about. 1.5 million for plain teletext. Yeah. Let's see. In comparison to the Nintendo Gateway system that installed in hotels, along with information movie services, should only cost $50 per room. Each hotel room will contain only a video display and a controller. Hardware will be kept in a remote location. Trick is making sure there are enough of these remote systems available to satisfy the demand. Oh, voice acting definitely bulks out sizes, yeah. Let's see. How might your trip go with Gateway? Let's say you're flying out to Nintendo of America to have lunch at Cafe Mario. You board the plane, settle into your seat, you switch on the Gateway. Now you're in control. As the plane soars into the sky, you're crashing the boards in an interesting choice of words. Crashing the boards in NCAA basketball or throwing a dragon punch in Street Fighter 2. Suddenly Chun-Li knocks you cold with a flying bird kick. You're 1,000 miles from nowhere and getting beaten badly. Only a quick call to the game counselors at Nintendo can say, did anyone in the world call the Nintendo game counselors over Street Fighter 2? Luckily, the Gateway lets you reach out and touch Nintendo for some winning moves. That's cool, but you don't know where to pick up your baggage either, and the Nintendo rep can't help you with that one. Back to the Gateway. Enter the destination info for SeaTac International. You'll be focusing at directions leading you to the airport to the baggage area for your flight. Get good, you stupid brat. I think I remember staying in a hotel with one of these SNES things long ago. No kidding! That's interesting. I've definitely never been on a flight that had one of these. I didn't fly internationally until senior year of high school. Would have been 2001. Wait, really? Yeah, I guess so. I didn't fly internationally until the spring of 2001. Before that, I only flew around the United States. Used to fly down to Florida as a kid to visit my grandfather. Flew to New York a couple times. Flew to New Orleans a couple times. Huh. How do I beat my older brother when he's playing Guile? I don't know. Don't suck. Playing cruise with a strong tailwind whisking you towards your first Yoshi burger, you might feel the urge to relax and watch the movie that's about to start. While rocking with Wayne's World 4. What? There weren't... Chat, surely there wasn't, right? They didn't do that, right? Thank you. You're totally excellent song. A few moments later, you're plugged into the CD. Maybe the CD is so hot you want to buy it. No problem. Just switch back to the Gateway shopping service. Have a copy sent directly to him. These whole pitches are so adorable. Like these people that actually can envision somebody using every aspect of these interactive media systems. Like somebody's gonna play a video game and then they're gonna get confounded by it and they're gonna use the in-flight telephone service and then they're gonna get bored of that and watch a movie and then they're gonna hear some music in the movie that they love and they're gonna listen to the audio for it and then they're gonna want to buy it, so then they'll do the in-flight shopping. And Screen wiped my ass for me. Was there even a Wayne's World 1? Someone thought that series would go further than it did. Yeah, all this goofy shit. Nintendo Gateway system should keep 20 million travelers playing on the road every year, but the future may hold an even bigger role for the Gateway. Nobody knows what form the National Information Highway will take. Ultimately, the Gateway system is designed for easy integration with any environment or host, and by the time the Super Highway is in place, Nintendo will have engineered several generations of gateways. So what does that all add up to? Someday you may enjoy all the comforts of travel while staying at home. So they were like, they thought that this would somehow interface with the internet? Are they They're not predicting streaming games, are they? Remember when the people call it the information superhighway? That's one of those things that, like, it feels like it's unlocked a part of my brain that's been sealed and covered in cobwebs for decades, because it has. Yeah, when was the last time people call it the information superhighway? Fuck even is a superhighway? They were kind of right. You do download stuff for your Switch, right? And I mean, like, I think personally, I think they were. This might have been predicting stuff like where you don't actually buy the game, but you like the Stadia. You don't buy the game, you subscribe or get the hardware or something, and then you just like stream. Like, you stream the game data from some remote system that is processing the actual game. That kind of sounds like what they're talking about, because the whole gateway system is kind of like a compact remote, like, multimedia system that you connect to. And it feels like they're kind of predicting connecting to something like that through the information superhighway. I'd love to see 90s tech do that. There is going to be a feature. It's not going to be for a while. It's 95 or 96, if I remember. But there was a modem attachment for the Super Nintendo called the X-Band. Just add copy, it doesn't mean anything. I mean, it's interesting to me when they go hog wild trying to sell this technology and visions of the future, when they actually inadvertently predict something. Like, that's a cool bit of historical convergence to me. Internet superhighway died around the time social media became popular and proved that most people were stupid. That's pretty late though, then. Because social media didn't really blow up until Facebook took off. But Facebook didn't get started until like early 2000s, like 2003 or something. What did it do? What was it compatible with? I have no fucking idea. Like, I'm afraid you're gonna have to wait a couple decades until we get to that issue of Nintendo Power and they break down the X-Band for us. Because I don't even remember what issue it was. It was one of those things that showed up in one issue of Nintendo Power and they never came back around to, because obviously nobody bought it. I remember using my Dreamcast modem quite a bit. Phantasy Star Online for one thing. Yeah, the Dreamcast, I remember the Dreamcast had a Ethernet port in it. MySpace, I'm gonna take the stand that social media wasn't really big. It wasn't really ubiquitous until Facebook. A lot of people had MySpace. And I know MySpace was kind of revolutionary in terms of the growth of social media. But I don't think we really got to what I'm talking about until Facebook took off. Remember Facebook starting to get big around 2006 when I was leaving Activision, so it was a little before that. Well, remember, Facebook was originally only for college students. I joined Facebook when you had to have a student ID to sign up. Or no, you had to have a university email account to sign up for Facebook. It would actually check your domain to make sure that you were a college kid. And then, yeah, a couple years couple years down the line from that. I guess it would have been 2005 or 2006. They opened it up to everybody, and that's when it started to go really crazy. Japan has a useless computer card you can add to your PC that does nothing but add a familiar noise that the old 80s PC used to make. I want a similarly useless computer card that does nothing but makes dial-up noises. I pay $50 for it even. You joined once it opened up. My girlfriend at the time in college made me sign up for it so she could annoy me on there. And then I think I broke up with her that summer, so. But I stayed on there because by then all of my friends had gotten on there. And yeah, for a long time, for a very, very, very long time, I wasn't really into Facebook. But I would use it to kind of keep track of my friends who were active on there. And then eventually, I forget when I quit Facebook. I think I still had Facebook when I started streaming. I think. But I think just a year or two into streaming, I deleted my Facebook. It was, I mean, yeah. Around Trump time, it was just getting way too toxic. Your fiance gotten you joined? Yeah. It's usually how it goes. I'm not big on social media. It's usually somebody who wants me to get on there so I can pal around with them. Usually, looks like it was a dial-up one-on-one matchmaking service, fighting games and sports games mostly supported. Okay. Okay. Anyway, speaking of games, the games to be offered initially on the Nintendo Gateway system included Super Mario All-Stars, Link to the Past, Street Fighter II, NCAA Basketball, Super Tennis, Super Play Action Football, Super Soccer, T&E True Golf Classic, Super Mario World, and F-Zero. Kind of makes sense. It would lean into sports games for a more general audience. But yeah. All right. I think I'm gonna go ahead and close requests for the evening, and we'll end with some F-Zero tonight. That's a good way to wrap things up. F-Zero is always a good time. I didn't have F-Zero as a kid. I rented it once, I think, and I think while I had it rented, I beat all the leagues. So I do kind of wish I had picked up one of the carts though. Have you tried F-Zero GX? Was that the N64 one? I've played the N64 one. Can't wait for Stunt Race. That's gonna suck. Man, Stunt Race is gonna be so fucking weird. Because I actually really liked... I rented Stunt Race, and I really liked it. And then I went back and played it. We've actually streamed a bit of it before. I think before I was doing the Power Hours. And... God, it was like... It played like ass. It was so bad. Okay, I haven't played the GameCube one. I have played, you know what, fuck it, let's just make this as hard as possible. Yeah, I played the N64, F-Zero, whichever one that is. But I didn't play it, I didn't play it on N64, I played it on, ow. I played it on the Wii Virtual Console. I have no idea why I keep confusing this game with Wipeout. I mean, futuristic racing, right? Okay, so it seems like on Master, everybody else is just faster than you. And I guess you gotta do some clever racing tricks. Like, not missing that. And the enemies get right the fuck in your way. Okay, I think I see the guy in 4th place. I think I see Pico. Oh, that guy was in 4th place. Pico's in 3rd. Oh, I fucked that up. Real bad. Oh yeah, they're both fast as hell. Wipeout in particular. I have never played Wipeout. I've seen it, but I haven't played it myself. Fuck that up. Fuck that up real good. Twitch's compression is having trouble with us. Yeah, I think we've had that issue with this game before. It's okay. I'm gonna lose anyway. I don't think there's any way I can really recoup this. Yeah, I can't get around there. Boop. There must be a frame rate patch. Oh, for stunt rays. Probably is. Yeah, I'll look into it. Ranked out. End game. Actually, I wonder if one of the other courses would be better. Let's try beginner queen. Oh, you know what? Probably not. I think this art style might just be not particularly well suited to streaming. Because yeah, the landscape outside the track is really just visual noise. It's really just a fucking mess of pixels. God, I forgot how squirrely the fox is. This was actually my vehicle of choice when I played this game before. Oh God. Okay. Okay. So it corners like a beast as long as you lean into it. For those of you not so familiar with F-Zero, the Golden Fox has the highest acceleration in the game, but also the lowest top speed. So it's good for folks who fuck up a lot, because the high acceleration means you can get back up to speed more easily. If you are actually good at the game, then the Fire Stingray, the one that I used in the last race, is the better choice. It has the lowest acceleration, but the highest top speed. And then Blue Falcon is the everyman one. It's just generally good. And then the Green Goose? I think it's called the something Goose. The green one has the highest armor, I believe. So, like, if you're really bad at the game, like, you cannot, like, if you just can't even survive laps, that's the one you want. Wild Goose, that's it, thank you. I wonder why he named his thing the Wild Goose. Like, I can't imagine they have geese on his planet. Shit, I wanted to hit that. Just hit that one. How do I remember that? That's a really good question. Hell yeah, came in first on a beginner track. How's that? How you like them apples? Oh, man. Anyway, chat, I think that's gonna do it for tonight. I think we've had a good damn time this evening. I think we've all had fun, and we made a lot of progress. I think we might... Hang on, I closed... Yeah, I closed submissions. Let's take a little... Let's just a little peek. Let's just take a little peek at what's coming up on Saturday. Classified information. Okay. So we made it all the way classified information. I think we did all this. Yeah, I think we got through all the Super Nintendo games. I think we've been past them all. So it'll be classified information and Counselor's Corner. And just a small handful of Game Boy. Oh, okay. We got one more big thing to do. Star Tropics 2. I do not think we're gonna do a full playthrough of Star Tropics 2. I think it's not gonna be good. But there's a possibility. There's a non-zero chance at least. I do like being able to change the colors in Run Saver. Oh, that's a neat feature. That's pretty cool. Star Tropics 2 Yoda's Revenge. So, okay, schedule reminder. Tomorrow night is community night. We're doing cozy games, chat. We got 10 cozy games on the wheel. We're going to do it like a traditional wheel. Spin the wheel, play as many games as we can at the end of the night. Choose a winner, a most entertaining game of the evening. Give that picker a fabulous prize. Saturday night, we'll be right back here. See how much further we can get through the magazine. I would personally love to set a land speed record for this magazine. Get through it in just a handful of nights. Be able to move on, or maybe do something special in the interim between issues. I think it was when they made you piss on your manual in Star Tropics 2 the last. Oh god. No stream on Sunday. Not gonna stream on Sundays anymore. And then Monday, starting a brand new game. Nice big new playthrough. Anyway, chat, let's go see who's up. Let's go see who's streaming tonight. I think tonight we'll hit Bassy up again. Bassy is playing some more Mystical Ninja. I think Mystical Ninja 64? It's 3D. I don't know, it almost looks too good to be on 64. It's hard to tell. Anyway, let's go hang out with them. I think that'll be the good time. Anyway, gang, thank you so much for coming out tonight, joining me for another eventful evening of the Power Hours. It really is some of my favorite streams to do, Dad. I gotta say, I've said it before, I'm saying it again. Power Hours really just kind of hits that sweet spot. The confluence of like nostalgia for the magazine, nostalgia for the games, playing some games, but all of it with no pressure and able to just kind of like get on tangents and talk about stuff and just generally hang out. They really are my favorite stream. I love the Power Hours so much, and hopefully you do too. Hopefully I will see you tomorrow for not the Power Hours, but at least some cozy ass games to play. But until then, as always, y'all take care. Bye, everybody.